thank you. Alright, so I guess let's do this. Okay, so we're going to now go over the Minish Cap route. Let's see, and we'll do a couple practices throughout it to like repeat tricks if needed. So first, we're going to do a manipulation. We'll just have a timer going to see how long it is. Okay, so the first reason for resetting before... did I reset before doing it? Probably did, and I just didn't notice out of habit. I guess we'll find out. We reset at the start so that we can have a manipulation. What we're trying to manipulate is a blue rupee at the start. There's two forms of it, I guess you could say. There's a 4 rupee manipulation that people do, and there's a 1 rupee manipulation. The benefits for both vary for person to person. From what I understand, it's a few seconds faster for the 4 rupee manipulation, but the 1 rupee manipulation is the safest. So the benefits for the 1 rupee manipulation is that you're able to damage boost a lot more. You get a refill for your health on Mount Kenel, which is a very difficult part that a lot of new runners often die on, even some experienced ones. So it's definitely worth going for it if you're just starting out. And the 4 rupee manipulation, it also has a more tight timing. But advantages for the 4 rupee manipulation is, as I said, it's faster. You don't have to go out of your way to get extra rupees in a cave, which you'll have to go through enemies to get. So while like if you take damage on it, it's whatever, you still will lose more time that way. So the 4 rupee manipulation tends to be what more experienced runners go for, or people who are really like min-maxing their time. So the next thing is probably about text mashing. The way that text mashing works in this game is that you'll hold the B button to make the text go faster, and then any other input that you do advances the text box. So we tend to spin the control stick because cardinal directions also count. So right there you saw the 1 rupee manipulation. You just open the chest and then open that treasure chest, and there it is. So then the next thing we're doing is just continuing this, like, I guess it's not really an auto-scroller, but it's like, you know, just moving through. It's just a hallway. Now in this area, there's a few ways that people do it. What I've been doing lately, though, rolls kind of perfectly measure out here. Whoops. Unless you do shit like that. Yeah, like that. So we're just going through talking to Zelda, and I found that if you go directly horizontal that way, you'll make it just enough. So you don't want to like go diagonally upwards. And then if you can get your timing, whoops, timing well off, you get to do 3 rolls down. And then it's just text mashing. So like the ideal time, depending on what you're doing here, if you're not doing the rupee manipulation and you're just going through under 259 is the ideal time. If you do the 1 rupee manipulation, 301 to 302 is the ideal time. And if you do the 4 rupee manipulation, I think it's like 305, maybe a little more. I can't remember. Like, you know, of course I do the 1 rupee manipulation. I really enjoy the damage boosts, which help you avoid text boxes in certain locations, which is nice. And I like the full health. Okay, so of course here you want to reflect it, and then you also want to forcibly, like, manually move closer to the Deku Scrub, because no matter what, Link has to walk there anyway, so if you're already there, it saves time. And then here you want to roll upwards while also slightly moving to the left, so that way you're perfectly in front of the old man. Be careful about mashing rolls or not paying attention, because if it's a very low chance, but if you somehow manage to roll as soon as you reach the old man, like you roll in the same frame, I think, as his text box appearing or the scene activating, you'll be stuck there and you'll soft lock the game. So you'll just be frozen there. Which is quite unfortunate. Alright. So then here it's just a bunch of text mashing. So let's see, what are some other things to talk about? No, everything so far is okay. Yeah, just make sure that you're on point with text mashing. That's why you'll probably hear a lot of runners control sticks through their microphone. Like you probably hear mine as well. So, there is actually a little, it's a minor thing and actually kind of high level. If you're able to consistently do the same thing each starting of your run, you can actually manipulate this maid right here into moving exactly how you want. I don't remember the exact way to do it because I still kind of like am melding how I want to do the start, and I also make mistakes on how many rolls I do. But it is possible to manipulate all the way from the start to there to get the maid to move out of your way. So, probably follow up on that later. I think only like Toadswoot and DBX right now do that. Like actually pay attention to that. I think maybe Fire Turtle as well. But I don't think anyone else really pays attention to that yet. Maybe Quo, since he tends to look at the more specifics in the route. But it's not like a big deal right now. It's just, you know, you'll have her out of your way, so it makes it more smooth and a little bit faster. So here we're just going to be doing a lot of rolling to get to where we're going. You'll notice that at the top right is a good indicator for whether or not you're doing good rolls. The less time you see the text on the screen, the better your rolls. So you can see it kind of fluctuates there. So here you want to move down a little bit, so that way you don't hit, because you can actually hit that the spiky vines on that tree. And so it's just really nice, this whole area, because it just kind of works out exactly how you need to. So you roll all the way down, touch the wall, then roll a little bit past there. And you'll see what I did there is that I rolled through an enemy. That's something that you can do in the Minish cap, where at the start of your roll, it actually keeps you invincible. So, like, if you notice that an enemy, like right there, you want to actually walk there, and then you can roll through. It's very easy when you're starting out to want to roll into enemies, and you'll just get bounced back. So, similar here, where you kind of want to walk a little bit to make sure you're in a better spot. It's very minor movements, improvements that you'll notice more as you play. And that's something that I really like about the game, is that the more you play, the better you get. Like it's not even something that you'll notice you doing. It's just as you play, your time will just naturally get better and better from movement. And I really like that. Okay, so here, you just roll away from Meslo. So like an ideal time here is like 7:34. That's the best I think I've gotten so far. If you do the 4 rupee, obviously it'll be a little higher. Obviously mine was also a little higher because of those few mistakes I made while talking. So, but that's like an ideal time. Well, not even ideal, like that's the best I've gotten, so like an ideal time would be 35, 36. Okay. So we have to watch that scene for turning into Minish Link once, and then never again for each one. Shit. This right here, you can't actually make the first... You can make the first cycle, it's just I think it's frame perfect, so you have to do everything flawlessly to make the first cycle, so don't feel bad if you don't. And then another interesting aspect for the rolls, you'll see that Link will actually slide down curved walls, or like edge of walls. So it's another thing to show off. Okay. Okay, so we roll first head to this duder. He's the only one that speaks your language, because you can't actually understand the Minish. So we just do more rolling. Woof. That's me thinking I pressed A to actually activate the cutscene, but I didn't. Ideally, you roll 3 times down there, but I did twice. Okay. Then we head to the chief. Whoops, that's a first. So it's faster to actually jump off that rather than take the ladder. It's a minor time difference. Okay. Okay, so then we reach Deepwood Shrine, the first dungeon. Again, going with ideal times. Oh shoot. If you see the slug on the left like that go up, go left. Like, you want to actually pay attention to how the slugs move. Because otherwise you see how difficult that was. And then you'll have this guy in the way. So you want to make sure that if you see the slug on the left go up, you follow it. Because you'll be able to roll through it and reach the switch. And then you will not only not take damage, but you'll be fast enough to make it to like the chest and all that. Sorry, I had to scratch, so that's why I fell off. Here, 3 sweats off Link. So like you'll see when you do when you pull something, you'll get a sweat drop above Link's head. 3 is exactly all you need. Like as soon as you see the third one, that'll be enough time. So don't worry. And another thing to bring up is Eslo text. You'll see that Eslo actually talked to me there. That's why I walked that way, because if you roll into an Eslo text, you'll actually have to wait longer. I'll show it off, actually, so that you see. Is that fall down? No, it's not. I'm doing a couple things while talking, and it's actually a lot more difficult than I remember. So this is the only exception for rolling into an Eslo text right there, actually. I'm not sure why it is, actually. I think there's 2 or 3 that you can roll into. This one, you don't even have to wait that long when pulling. It's actually deceptive. For this guy, you typically want to kill him immediately, but there are times when you'll get lucky and he'll be far away. And you'll be able to avoid having to kill him. Though it may be in your best interest to kill him anyway. Because you still have to do a return trip, and he can really troll you on the way back. Ugh, jeez. There you go. Okay, just slide against it. 1, 2, 3, down. 1, 2. It really is nice how you can actually count rolls in this game, because everything just works out so well, so you can actually count rolls. The reason it's not run on PAL is because it's the PAL version is actually harder in a few ways. 2 big examples is that Vadi 2, no, Vadi 1, the eyeballs that spawn from him, that spin around him, take extra hits. So it's actually ridiculous. And then on top of which, there's no hearts that spawn. I'm going to grab this heart just for the safety. And with Palace of Winds, before the dungeon, you're able to use the Ocarina to leave in US and Japanese version, but in the PAL version, you actually can't. So if you were to do the normal route in the PAL version, you'll actually be stuck there and unable to leave, because we walk past, using the Ocarina glitch, the lady that's blocking the door. And so if you try to do that in the PAL version, you'll actually be stuck behind the girl and you can't leave. So you have to just go and spend the extra time to make her move before you enter the dungeon. So that's one of those are like the 2 biggest reasons, among other differences, like text speeds and such. So this is the first mini-boss. Very simple. You just hit the face and then destroy the tail. Ideally, you get 2 cycle like that, but if you're a little bit off, you'll miss it and have to get 3 cycles. The biggest thing to watch out for is that you don't start attacking the tail early. It's okay to wait an extra half a second to make sure that you get it. You will not, like, the time lost from like the half second of waiting, like dwarfs the time dwarfs the time lost from getting a third cycle. So then here we pull it in, and then as you pull it in, walk into the scene, and that'll put the pot away. You can see how much end lag there is for having to wait for the animation. So, and then just take this guy out, he'll make your life miserable. So yeah, like earlier, you want to walk into the cutscene, and it'll put your Gush Jar away. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. With the lily pad section, we really take advantage of that thing I mentioned earlier about corners you're able to slide off of. So you see here, we're taking advantage of it, pushing us through corners. See? So then 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, kill this dude, 1, 2. I only did 1 there, so it's going to be a little extra time there. Okay, 1, since we didn't get 2 off, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. There is a small chance that pot up there will actually disappear. If that happens, whoops. You want to go up first there. Yeah, otherwise this happens. What the heck? The reason you want to go up first there is that way you can just smash going over, and the lily pad will do that clip across the corner thing, so just keep that in mind, that I messed that up there. Okay, so there's 2 ways to do this right here. The first one is to pull back to around here and let go. I'll show you both ways. And this is actually faster, but a little bit more precise. You use the Gush Jar to about here, I think. Yeah, a little closer would work, but it's a lot more difficult to kind of pan that out. It's like I think a half second or like 1 second faster to do the pull. And for this one's actually different. The other ones you could get as close as possible, but with this one, if you get too close like this, you'll actually be thrown in. So you want to make it to where like the edge of the Gush Jar matches the shoreline. Okay, so here we go. So I'll just go ahead and bring this up just in case. If you decide you don't want to do the rupee manipulation for whatever reason, make sure you go over here. This is what we skip by doing the rupee manipulation, and it's about like 20-30 seconds extra. So this is where you'll go instead, because there's a 20 rupee chest upstairs. I guess I'll go ahead and show you. Boop. See, this is where the 20 rupee, this is 20 rupees. So this is what you would get instead. So you would be at 40 rupees now, which is what you need to be at when you get to the next area. But because we did the rupee manipulation for 5 rupees, we'll be getting the 15 others we need somewhere else. So this one, you can go forward as far as you can. This one, stand below the shoreline. Otherwise, you'll fall in. So now we're at our first boss. Oh, hey, Zelda chapter. Yeah, no problem. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, like, at any point. I had someone ask, I don't know if sarcastically, but seriously. So this boss is pretty simple. There's a few ways to start it off. The way that I do it, I think, is the most common. And so a few little tricks here. The first one being, whichever side you're on is the side he'll first lean. Like, watch. Oh, shoot. I ended it early. See, he leaned to the right first. That will be the first side that he can fall down on, because he has to tilt 3 times total. And then after that, the amount of hits you do is completely random. Okay, got lucky here. The hits you have to do is between 4 and 7, or 4 and 9. And he's tilting this way, so we go over here. So it's completely random whether you have to do 4 to 9 hits, but the last one is always the same with 4. Kind of went through that a bit fast. So just the basic thing is you're inhaling his bottom as fast as possible. Be careful about taking damage. It's possible to take these hearts no matter what very well. Whichever side he tilts on first is the side he'll fall on first. the amount of hits you do on the first 2 cycles is between 4 and 9. It's random. There's nothing you can do to change that. Or 5 and 9. There's nothing you can do to change that. And then the last one is always going to be 4. So those are the basics. The last cycle, it's random. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Shoot. It's probably important. I'm sorry. I'll cut this out. Hello?
Hey, Blue, on Twitch. Hello? Hello?
I'm on the phone right now.
Blue? Blue?
I'm on the phone right now.
Oh, you are? Oh, sorry, I never heard you.
Okay, sorry about that. It was a really important phone call.
Yeah, I didn't hear the first time.
Okay. Alright, so after that boss, we're going to be heading back to the village. What's up, Pixel? I am teaching people how to run Minish Cap.
I'm not.
That's a good point. Alright, so we head to the chief. That's where we go next. Because we're going to have him let us out of the village so that we can continue the game. Bad teacher. Or do most speedruns involve Sorry, it was an important phone call. Like, otherwise I would ignore it. It's very unfortunate. It's not too big of a deal.
Did God call you?
Yeah, right? Alright, so here we're going to be getting the bombs. They're like one of the most important items in the game. There's quite a bit to them, actually, surprisingly. Here's the first example of a difference between the 1 rupee route and the 4 rupee route. Right here, we're going to be actually doing a damage boost for a few reasons. One of them, it's faster, and 2, it pushes us through the item, so that way we don't get any of the text boxes from happening when we run into it. I don't know anyone else who does that, but it's just something that I found out. So this is going to be one of the differences between the old any % route and the current one. We're actually going to be grabbing... Ooh, that was a bad location. We're actually going to be grabbing this, this stone. It's going to be important later for what we're going to be doing. For some skips that we'll be doing.
Yeah, so did we go that red man?
That was RNG manipulation.
Wow. Your voice cracked there.
Alright, so here we're going to be getting the kinstone bag. What we're going to be doing here is our first save and quit. The reason being is that he's going to want us to fuse with him, and the time that it takes is actually more time than just simply saving and quitting. Be warned, though, that it does make it to where it's impossible to get 100% for the game, because you can't actually do that again. So then we have to go learn, the spin attack. Be careful about mashing too fast. I'm not really paying attention too much since I'm, like, chatting. Hello at GhostSit. How are you doing?
Popular speedrunner.
Hello, Pixel.
A minor thing that you want to do is walk towards the door, as you saw in there, so that you save a bit of time, so that you're able to just execute it right at the door. So then once we get that, we'll use the spin attack to exit the town.
Hey, Ghost_skit.
Yes.
I'll leave this because he's teaching people stuff.
I'm interested in learning Minish Cap.
Oh, you're learning it too?
Yeah, I was interested, and then I was like, I can't find a good guide.
Yeah.
So you're
I'll have this video saved so that if anybody wants to revisit it.
So you're
Okay.
like Blue's student.
Yes.
Alright, so this room was actually pretty important. I'll go ahead and talk about the bombs here. So the bombs have 3 timers. One where you just place it down, one where you pick it up and throw it. The timer's shorter. As you see, they almost blew up at the same time, despite me having placed this bomb down way before. And then the other one is a roll lift, which I failed it there. I did it there. You saw the bomb bounce a little bit, and you see how fast it exploded. So... And then this part is another example of a difference between the 1 rupee route and 4, where I blew myself up into the door to save some time.
So you're a bomber man.
Yep. And so then here we need to get the bottle from him, which is why we needed 20 rupees. And we're going to need 40 rupees by the time we get up the mountain. Normally we would be at 5 here, but I had grabbed 20 earlier to show where the other rupee chest is. So then we're going to be heading to Mount Kenel. Boop, boop. And then on the way there, we use B to grab water. The reason we use B to grab water is so that we keep the bombs equipped, because we'll need them immediately. So we use the water here.
Good learning Minish kept on the 4th place of it.
So hope we don't get bad luck here. Okay. So this is where the 1 rupee route and the 4 rupee route change completely as well. We're going to be going in this cave right here to grab a damage boost through, not sit there like an idiot like I did. So you can grab a fairy for full health, and you'll get the 15 other rupees you needed. So we would normally be at 20, and then roll through this guy.
What time was the very first world record? Blue Infinity 22?
I don't remember, actually. I joined Minish Cap a year ago.
There's an easy way of finding that out.
Yeah.
Let me just check spin.com real quick. For any person, it was 2 hours, 27 minutes, and 56 seconds.
Not bad.
Very impressive.
The very first recorded run. Back in December 2nd of 2012.
That's pretty cool, actually.
So that was blue? I was about to provide extra commentary and you stopped me.
Alright, so we're coming here so that we can grab the mineral water. It's extremely important. You can't actually continue the game without it, so be very careful. And another reason for having the bottle on B is so that we come down here and we switch to the sword. Because we still need bombs, and this way we avoid getting the water on our button, and we don't waste it. I'm actually out of bombs right now from having shown that example earlier. Go get some.
You should be using an emulator.
Yeah, I should be. Yeah, I should be using save states.
I was about to say there's blue doing the hat thing for extra commentary.
Let me go grab bombs from the rocks outside. I wish we were a little higher up, because you get extra bombs in the other room. Oop. I can't remember.
Can you explain how Ocarina glitches work?
I will when I get there.
How far do you usually get to Ocarina glitches?
Ocarina is around 1 hour in.
Okay.
So this is Ocarina of Time?
Yes, this is Ocarina of Time.
But Game Boy Ocarina of Time?
Boop, boop.
And it's RNG of bombs just not...
Yeah, right? I wonder if the shop sells them. If so, I can just buy them.
Dude, remember last year when we were like, hey, Ghosty, you wanna play Minish Cap casually, and I just do like a bunch of runs?
Yeah.
Finish that. Like,
Okay, it's 30 rupees.
That's
fine. Okay. There we go.
Yes.
I'm about to put that report on Reddit soon too.
Dude, nice. Noobie's gonna get on.
Alright, so I went ahead and bought bombs for 30 rupees.
So how does RNG manip work in this game?
There are several RNG manips. We did a few already.
Give me one of the good ones.
When you start the game on a new file and you reset immediately and then start and mash new game, you'll automatically have 25 rupees when you start the game.
Oh, that's right, when you like turn on the console and start a new game.
Yep.
That reminds me of SMT 2. RNG and stuff.
Oh, wasn't that just like recent? Wasn't that like a new thing found?
No, it's found for a few years.
The rupee thing or SMT?
The rupee thing.
Yeah, the rupee thing was found a few months ago, actually.
Okay.
Like, it's actually pretty new. There we go. Okay.
You're doing a bunch of runs as soon as that was found.
Yep. Okay, so what I was doing there was basically trying to get back to the rupees we need. Whoops. Oh, that sucks. There, we just did a roll lift there. Okay.
Holy macaroni.
So next menu here. Okay. So there's a few things. Safety is you have the pot and sword. Not safety and fastest is having the pot and the bottle. The reason being is that you'll be using these items immediately. But people tend to not want to have it equipped because you can accidentally pour it out. I've done it before. Only once, though. So it's something to be careful for. And then here, roll as soon as you exit the door, and it'll be just enough space to where you won't get the as low text rolling into it. Be very careful about it. It's easy to forget about it and then walk forward and then try to roll, and you'll lose time. So be careful about that. A backup strategy. I'm just going to go ahead and post some backup strategies while we're here. If you somehow forgot to get rupees, go up here. There's extra rupees in this cave here. There are a few runs that I've seen from people who have forgotten rupees, like whether they forgot the 20 rupee at the start, forgot the 20 rupee earlier, or forgot the 20 rupee at the base of the mountain. So if that happens, rather than climbing all the way back down, just grab this chest.
Well, you got a few extra bombs there too.
Yeah. It's not something you'll probably use too often in runs, but it's something that you want to have in mind for like races. Because there have been plenty of times where people get so focused that they forget. So, okay, so let's get back the items that we had on. Boop. Oh yeah, it's I remember that. Alright, so here, we're going to roll over here. And we're going to grab the seed. We need the seed. So hug the left wall. That's the safest way and the fastest way. Because there's a chance that these duders will get in your way. A few backups to do if they do. Throw the seed at them. It'll crush them. Or you'll have to switch to your sword.
Slice them up.
Yep. Okay, so then we pour this out here. You can't actually continue this unless you do that, so that's why that mineral water is so important. So this is an exploit or an oversight. Normally you can't reach this mushroom unless you climb that side, and the intended way is to go through this wall here by blowing it up, but you can actually use the pot to grab the mushroom from like way below.
I'm gonna go now.
Alright, Pixel.
I'm teaching your class.
I will, thank you.
I might go too, because I'm gonna watch your stream still, but I might go though.
Okay, if you have any questions, just ask in chat then.
Alright.
Alright. So the next thing we do, shield and bombs. Go ahead and throw the bomb here. A few things to keep in mind. It is very possible that this P-hat and this top and that P-hat will follow you here. If that happens, that's why you want to wait to put down your bomb, because you'll show here, you can throw the bomb to kill him. So you want to make sure that you do that. So like, see, he'll like come here and mess with you, so you just throw the bomb to kill him. Okay, so then we get this, boop. And so this is why we need 40 rupees. You'll be at 0 rupees here. If you did everything correctly, you'll be at 0 rupees. What he gave you was the grip rings, which allows you to climb mountains. So, another thing for a backup strat. This cave actually has a ridiculously high chance of dropping bombs. Which I'll probably not get any now that I mention it. But it has a really high chance of bombs. Actually, I wonder if it doesn't give bombs if you throw only with the sword. Nope, I guess it didn't. It's kind of interesting, actually. This cave actually does have an extremely high chance of dropping bombs, and I think in 100% it actually is a strategy to grab some here. See, just really high chance of bombs. You can get a bunch of them. So, yeah. So keep in mind, if you run out of bombs or you're at 1 or 2, make sure you grab some here because you need at least 2 more bombs continuing. So you can see there that that was a lot more. Okay, so back to what we were doing. Okay. So now we continue on. Okay, so here's another backup strat, or a safety strat. This wall right here contains a fairy. It's very important to remember this, again, for like races or something. There you go. We can grab a fairy. And another strategy, actually, now that I remember, there's a lot of beginners that want to get an extra heart container. And so what they'll do is they'll grab the heart piece that was actually by when you first met Eslo. There's a heart piece right next to where the cutscene activates. So they'll grab that one. They'll grab this one. And they'll grab a few more later on. I guess I can show you. And this way they'll have an extra heart container for the end of the game. That's something that I actually feel like I should bring up. Even during like even some experienced runners would grab the extra heart container for quite a while. So this mountain climb, you want to always continuously push up, even if you're moving a little bit to the side, so that way you're constantly doing an upwards motion. The boulders here do half a heart of damage, as you can see, and it's completely random where they go. So I would recommend at least having 2 hearts here. Okay. So here, you want to make sure that you do not mess up and grab this mushroom and do it. If you waste even a little bit of time, you'll see that this Tektite will actually hit you. So if you manage to even a little bit mess up pulling the mushroom or get stuck on a wall, you'll probably have to fight. So here, it actually is possible to roll just enough to avoid rolling into the Eslotex, but I think it's frame perfect. So it's just better off walking, so that way you don't activate the scene late. So then here, you want to try to get perfect rolls, so that way you're invincible when the rain hits you, like that. At least you don't reflect back. I took damage, but I didn't get pushed back, so that was good. Okay, so now we're just in a huge area of boulder puzzles. So let's see, what other things are worth mentioning right now? Can't really think of much. I guess like some things worth like remembering is that I would have 0 rupees right now. My bomb count would be a little bit lower than that. I think? Actually, it might be around that. Okay. So here's more block puzzles. I think 3 rolls actually is perfect. You'll never have a threat of those guys hitting you. Push this down first, that way you can roll back up. Roll against the wall. Down, over, down. You want to walk down a little bit so that you can avoid those guys. It is actually possible to roll through them, but it's actually very precise because chances are you'll lift the rock off of them and just end up wasting time. Whoops, messed that up. You want to drop a bomb, pick it up as soon as possible so that you'll make it here. Roll against the wall, over, over. Okay. Those of you who are familiar with the old route, remember that we used to grab a red rupee there. In the new route, we don't require that rupee anymore. And I'll explain why once we get to that point. Okay, more block puzzles. Okay, this part is just being careful, like paying attention where they are, roll through when necessary. Okay, so we drop the sword off here, and then we head over to Cave of Flames. Obviously you saw there, if you talk to him from the front, you'll get pushed down. If you talk to him from the top, he'll just move out of the way, so try to talk to him from the top. Hello at Raffle Soldier.
How are you doing?
I'm doing alright, teaching people how to run Minish Cap.
Oh, snap.
Alright. So here we're in Cave of Flames. A few things here. For safety, you can use the pot here, swing it, grab 2 hearts. Very nice. So there's a few strategies you can do in this room. The first one is to drop a bomb as soon as possible and throw it over there. Boom. The other strat, which some people prefer, sword and shield immediately, because you have to equip the sword and shield anyway, and then just swing up twice, grab it, throw it there. Both are equally viable. The way that I usually decide it, because I do both, is look at the bottom Bob-omb as the screen transitions. You see there how he walked to the side, to the right? That's when I decide to use the bomb, because you have no threat of you getting hit, which is one of the biggest problems with it, is that you'll keep getting hit and you'll drop the bomb and you'll lose time. And if he walks to the left like this, you have to use the sword, because if you try to use the bomb, he'll just run into you. So that's how I decide. So here, little optimization, walk down a little bit, then roll up. Otherwise, you'll roll into the Eslo text. Okay, so I just lure them in, use the shield like that. Because they'll fly at you if they're in either of the cardinal directions. Okay, so then we move on. Move up a little bit, then roll, because you don't want the text box for running into a rupee. And then roll through. Ouch. Whoops. Okay, diagonal walk there so that you don't roll into the Eslo text after rolling up once. And we're going to take the minecart. You can move for 1 pixel, or for 1 frame after getting out of the minecart, so just a small little optimization. So try to walk upwards. Make sure you kill this bomb, very important for later. And then switch to the gust jar. Be careful for that guy. There we go. And then we use the gust jar. It's a bit RNG what happens here, but you just want to roll with what you get. Whoops, and I managed to mess that up. Try not to panic. It's very easy to panic in this room and make lots of mistakes. For example, like you might be trying to hit the guy and you saw how he turned around. It's very easy to want to keep swinging or to like move out of the way and try to get him again, or like, you know, do all sorts of other things. Just don't panic and like take your time. The time you waste from trying to get it right is far less than when you're panicking and messing it up. Also, that's the only Minish portal that doesn't have a cutscene. Oh, another minor thing, movement for the Minish. For Minish, it's actually faster when you're okay, so we're going to talk about diagonals. Diagonals, it's faster for Minish Link to walk diagonally than it is to roll right then left, or like left then down, or up then right. For Link full size, it's faster to roll in like a square or a right angle to go diagonal than it is to walk. So just a little minor optimization. So you'll see it's faster to walk diagonal and then start rolling. So I'll roll, walk diagonal, roll. So that's something to keep in mind. While with full-grown Link, it's the opposite. So walk into the Eslo text. It wouldn't matter anyway for speed because you've got to wait for those to respawn. Get rid of that. Roll, roll, roll. This isn't required, but it's a little swag that I do. Okay, so those of you familiar with the old any percent route, remember that we used to grab that chest there for rupees. We don't do that anymore. We just move on. So here you want to kind of line yourself up with this so that it works out when you turn right, that you turn just as the tornado grabs you. So that's a little cue. Roll, push, roll onto the switch, and then push the chest. So everything we did from that minecart on is entirely for this one key. If we could somehow skip this key or find another one that's faster... Oh, by the way, this is why we killed the Bob-omb, so that he doesn't bother us on the return trip. So yeah, see, just for this one door. So if we could somehow find a way to activate this switch without having to grab that key, we could skip everything that we just did. Okay. Boop. Roll through. Just keep aware of your surroundings. Okay, so safety strat. This pot here is a guaranteed heart. So if you're like at critical health, grab it. But only if you're at critical health. Otherwise, you don't need it. So this is the mini boss of the dungeon. It's going to be a pretty precise strategy, which I'll go through. I guess I should bring up the safety that people use. First, the setup, you want to be charging your spin attack and having your right hand on the left side of that like POW symbol you see there. On the left side of it. Some people for setting up, they'll use the gust jar and then jump down and start charging. But I just lined myself up. And you want to hit the 3 on the left. If it doesn't work out, you see it's still fine. And then use the spin attack to kill the rest. That's kind of why I was explaining beforehand, because it's so fast. So you want to charge here. And then spin attack to hit all 3. Aim for the bottom for these two if you can't. If you can't like hit all 3. Because you'll still have enough time to hit this guy and defeat him, as you saw. And then you want to aim for this guy. And then charge up. If you need extra time, pull this way a little bit so they won't jump you, and then move in. And then you can swing. So, there we go. We do that for the Kena Pasai, or Patchy, or Pocky, whatever you want to call it. So, again, safety strategy. The reason why I said only if you're critical health earlier is because these two pots have hearts. Which are a lot easier and less out of the way. Because you can, like, do this, grab the heart, and whatever. So, Eslo text here, be careful not to roll into it. Do this. Try to hug the right wall as you go in. So that way you can hit this immediately, and it'll be down by the time you get there. Be careful about pushing it too far this way. You can actually accidentally get back into the minecart. Don't do that. Grab the small key, and let's keep going. Walk diagonal. It's faster here. Don't fall into there. That's not faster. Okay. So here, it's just a little timing. Roll, 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 roll. Be careful. I don't think that room actually resets when you're in the Minish portal, which is a little strange. So if you're a bit slow in getting into the Minish portal, that actually won't work. So try your best to keep attention on how it's rolling as you walk to it. So that way you can get it fine. You damage boost through these two. Hit switch, go in. This room is a little RNG, as you see. He decided to walk right, and it avoided my sword swing. And then that guy decided to roll down, which dodged the hit. It's a bit of randomness, but you just gotta roll with it. If, like, it's a bit awkward, like, if you land this one in, and then the one to the third one, just drop in. If you drop in, and then you push out, you'll automatically drop it into the spot, as you saw. So... pushing is faster than pulling. So that's why you want to pull it out until you can push. So yeah, in this room, just toss them in. If you get an awkward one, like right here, like the third one's empty, but the other 3 are full, just carry it in, and then plop out. You don't have to push any buttons, you just fall in, hold right, and get out. It'll save you a lot of time of trying to throw it in if you can't do it. So this is one of the differences between old any percent route and new one. We grab this kinstone now. We're going to grab 3 kinstones in this dungeon now. There's a good chance for hearts there, but we didn't get any now. Boop. this. Okay, so here's where we're going to go for a platform skip. It's not too precise, but it's precise enough when you're nervous. That heart right there is guaranteed. That will always be there. So if you need a heart, that's going to be there. So the platform skip. You're going to get this, go to the... Whoa! Don't do that. That's how you not do it. That's how you not do it. We're going to wait for this so that I can show it to you correctly. So you can see what I mean by it's not quite precise, but when you're like trying to get it, it is. Okay, so you're going to get on this, get to the top corner, and then just hold right, and then use the other direction to adjust yourself better. That's how you skip that platform. So the next kinstone we go for is over here. What I do is I damage boost through the first one, grab it. I'll actually let this continue, and then I'll damage boost it on the way back. Yeah. I guess it's worth bringing up, if you're really precise, you can actually race this there. You can actually roll just fast enough to do it. But as you can see, it's a bit precise. You can actually do it, though. Let me see if I can actually do it. Let's see here. You grab it, comes through. Yeah, see, you can actually race it and it work. I think the world record holder manages to do it, but I like just, you know, just doing one damage boost there, one damage boost back. It's simple. You won't like panic, and because like as you saw, if you mess it up, you'll get hit like 3 or 4 times, and you'll lose more time than if you had just done one damage. So, but I wanted to make sure that people actually knew that it was a thing you can do. I want to make sure that this has all the information you could need. So for those who want to do it, it is possible. So this room is one of the most precise in the dungeon. If you make even a slight error, you will not make the cycle at the end of this room. So I'm going to show you the correct, like I'm going to hope I can show you the correct way. Hold down right here and it'll be just enough to get there. Okay, so I won't make the cycle now because I messed that up. And so at least I get to show you what happens. So aim your shadow at the bottom of this, as you can see, and it'll get you up. Cut the corner. You need to grab this tornado, skip the other one. You just walk up to this one, go around, activate, roll in, grab, up, skip this tornado. So because of that mistake earlier, we won't make this cycle. But you'll see you'll have just enough time to flip this and get up there. And you saw if you make even a little bit of mistake, you won't. It wastes 12 seconds missing it. But it's the more you try it, the easier it is to do. Like you'll get into like a rhythm. So just a bit of practice and you'll be able to get it. Oh, some safety. If you're like at critical health and you're not confident in what you can do with this boss, there's a fairy in that previous room in the bottom right pot. So what we're going to try to do here is a quick hit. You just wait a second, and then go to the right and hit him. As simple as that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 hits. Okay, some minor strategies. If you're still critical health and you didn't want to take the fairy, stay at the bottom. You'll see how slow it is falling down. Now compare it to when you're at the top. You see, it's a lot faster the rocks fall at the top. So then as the lava goes down, come to the top. You can use your sword to slash the fire. For some, like, not a lot of people know that. Okay? The reason why we want it at the top is because his head falls down slightly faster at the top. So 8 hits. These fires on the floor have a very high chance of dropping hearts, but similar to the bombs earlier, with a very high chance of bombs, I can't show it to you. Oh yeah, and a fun little detail, the Gleerock, the boss here, is actually imprinted on the walls, so that's pretty neat. So we use the sword to slash the fire. Hit him, and then damage boost through the fire. And there you go. That's Gleerock. Very simple fight. There's a lot of things you can do for safety. It's very easy to snowball. taking damage. Like if you were to miss and you fall in the lava and you miss a cycle, or if you get set on fire, that's why the sword slashes is very important. So that way you don't get burned. If you do happen to get burned and Link's running around, mashing B makes the fire go away faster, not the D-pad. Okay, so that's, whoops, let me split. Okay, very important. Jumping down's faster, and we have to grab the sword from the swordsmith. If you do not grab the sword and you jump off the mountain, you will have to climb all the way back up because you cannot continue the game without the sword. If you're playing on the Japanese version, it's easier to forget, but like if you're using any other version, Eslo here will tell you 3 different times before jumping down that you need the sword. He'll tell you when you exit the cave. He'll tell you when you like hit the button. He'll tell you when you drop the sword off that you need to come back and get it. So very important. So now we're going to be climbing down the mountain. Jumping off there is a shortcut. Do timed rolls so that you maximize your distance. Again, as I mentioned earlier, when you're full-size Link, rolling to the right and down is faster than just walking diagonal. Hey, Javit, yeah. I'm teaching a few people how to run Minish Cap. Okay. Okay. I guess a safety strat. Well, you're going to need water eventually. And starting from this point on, you won't be using the bottle for anything except that water. So if you want to, ahead of time, you can grab the water now. But I'm going to show you guys where the optimal spot is. But just, if you, like, there's a few runners who, they don't like forgetting the water, so they'll grab it here ahead of time. So, just as like something to bring up. I like bringing up safety or thing. 10 rolls here is the perfect amount of rolls needed to get to the thing. So just count out 10. And we have to grab that wind crest. It's very important. That's probably the most important wind crest of the entire game. Okay, we got some snipers over here. Watch out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rolls there. So now we're coming here to fuse the sword. We're going to basically take the fire element we got and the earth element, and we're going... this one you can actually roll into for the Eslo text and not worry about it. That's one of those exceptions. Another exception is this room up here. You can roll into it, not lose time. Okay. You don't actually need the sword equipped to do this. I don't know if it's worth mentioning, but if you, like, for some reason have not the sword equipped, you don't need it to put it in. Actually, that tidbit of information will actually be used later, now that I remember it. Because you won't have the sword equipped when you get here. So you don't... and you'll still be able to use it. Okay. Small thing, turn around and use your sword. You can't actually hold your sword open here for some reason. Not sure why. So you have to turn around to charge your sword. Okay, roll, stop here, start charging. And it'll just work out to where that's exactly how much you need. So again, it's like at the corner of here. Start charging. And then it's just precise rolls. Oh, there's going to be one part of this tutorial that I can't actually do. I don't know the Fortress of Winds manipulation. I'll talk about it and bring it up, and I'll include a link to somebody who can show you. Okay, so here's a forced boss fight. I'm going to show you the simplest version. There's other ways of doing this that's like I think 0.3 or 0.4 seconds faster, but I'm not going to do that. So the way you do it is you walk straight down, hit the wall, turn right, look up, swing your sword. That simple. So then we're going to be at a cutscene. There's only 2 more long cutscenes in the game, and so this is one of them. So you simply hold B and spin the stick. That's simple. So I guess I can bring it up. The other strategy you can do there is you walk up, touch the wall, walk down a little bit back to where you were standing at the begin with, and the moblins will run to the top while looking to the side. So you're able to pin them to the top wall and swing your sword. I think I only know about 3 or 4 runners that do it. It's very easy to mess up, but it is faster, and I like bringing that up just in case. So, okay, so now we continue on. We're just heading to the next cutscene. Roll against this to slide down. Start charging immediately. First clone go on the bottom, second clone mirror link on top. It's just a little bit faster. Push it, walk to this corner so that when you roll it's perfect. Next cutscene, and there isn't any more after this. Well, I guess there's one final one at the end of the game, but like during the run, this is the only one. Again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to just ask them. Like any at all, even no matter how like weird or minor. Okay. So this is the next important part. Watch out for these duders. Watch out for the moblins. It's random where they go. You want to read this sign. There's a few reasons for this. With Minish Cap, the way that the game works is that it'll have certain things that you do trigger events. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get the Pegasus boots. Well, you can't actually start the Pegasus boots quest unless you trigger it. And so there's a few ways to trigger it. One of them is to talk to this sign. This is the fastest and best way to do it. Sometimes you might panic, and like this moblin will actually be like right here. And so let's say you swing your sword to hit and you break it. Well, a backup for it would be going into here, walk forward, and Ezla will talk to you. So this is the other trigger that you can do. And then the last one is just sinking into this. So those are the 3 ways to do it. Explain the route as fast as possible, get the world record. Alright, so those are the 3 ways. So that's the backup if you break the sign. Oh, I guess it also respawns, but I mean, if you're already in there, you might as well do it. So, okay, move on. Push this rock, very important. Need to hope that these guys don't get in the way. Okay. Oop. Okay, so now we get into a few different, this is where we're going to start the new route differences, actually. So the first one is called the Brioche Manip. I'm going to tell you guys about it, because that's what I do. But I'll also tell you the way that you honestly should do it. There's only like 2 or 3 runners that do this manipulation, while everyone else does a different one. And I'll tell you about it when I get there, and since I can't do that manipulation, I'll include a link to it in the description of this video if anybody wants to use it. So first we come up here, talk to this duder. Okay, that triggers the event. So for the brioche manipulation, this is where it happens. If you're not doing this manipulation, it's faster to leave here, climb down, become unminish, and just continue on. If you are doing the brioche manipulation, the best way to do it is to save here. quit the game. I'm actually going to copy this file onto a separate one. So that way I have it for later, okay? Okay, you need to mash as fast as possible. Swing your sword here, roll here, roll here, roll here, roll here, roll there. Oh, nope, that was wrong. I'm going to also include a video of Quo explaining this manipulation as well. So that way it makes more sense. Okay. Okay, we're also going to check to make sure it's the correct one, just to be safe. Okay, it is the correct one. So you see the 4 green kinstones that we need is that, the 2 in the middle, 1 of each, and then the P one you need 2 of. Okay, so we have it. One way to tell, I guess I'll just go ahead and mention it, the way that I could tell that I did it right, and I'll go ahead and explain like the very basics. As soon as you start hold up, swing your sword here. Then you want to roll right here when Link gets past this bottom line. Then you want to roll when Link's hat touches the top here. Then roll right here. Roll right here. And then when you roll right here, you'll see the postman walk upwards here. If he does not walk upwards, you didn't get it. If he walks to the right, you didn't get it. So that's how I could tell, because the first time he walked right, and then the last time he walked up. So that's how the manipulation works. But yeah, like I said, only me, Quo, and I think there's one other person does the brioche manip. There's a few benefits to it. One, it happens earlier, so it's earlier in the run. 2, if you fail it, you only lose at most 12 seconds to redo it. 3, you get an extra heart. The brioche actually heals a heart of health, and those of you who know, this part coming up is just as hard as Mount Kenel in terms of taking damage. So that extra bit of heart is nice, because there's a lot of times that people will grab a fairy by bashing into a tree, which I'll show you later where it is. So that's why I do this manipulation. So I'll explain the other one, which is faster. The other manipulation is faster, but you lose a lot more time messing it up. So I'll show you where that is done. And I do recommend you do that one. Hey Pioneer. I was going to teach B-Boy, but he came really late, so I'm just kind of doing a tutorial video, basically. Oh, one thing to mention. During that manipulation, when you save and quit, have the bombs equipped on A. So that way you have sword and bombs. That way you didn't have to do that extra menu. A good time to aim for if you're just starting is 2:30. 2 hours, 30 minutes. If you're trying to get better, above average, 2:10. And then if you're trying to really get your name out there, under 2 hours. Oh yeah, so a few ways to do this part. You roll forward, activate, use the thing, grab the key, and come back. But the fastest way is to roll over, grab it, throw it this way, pick it up, and leave. Okay, come down here. Okay, so what we're doing right now is basically we're doing the Pegasus Boots quest. Roll against this wall. As soon as you get past here, roll up 3 times, roll through here, against this wall. Use the cane of Apache. Probably should have grabbed that heart. Yeah, so we're trying to get the Pegasus boot. So we're coming here so that we can get a mushroom to wake up the cobbler. So that he'll give us the boots. Okay. A small difference. If you're not doing the brioche manip, you will not have the sword equipped here. You'll instead have this set up. The reason why that's important is that when you exit that room, you're going to shoot the cane, and it's faster to shoot the cane ahead of time and roll down. If you're not doing the manipulation, this will be your equips, and I'll show you what you do instead. That's faster than the other way. Roll up, grab this. Roll your boat gently down the swipe. That's faster than doing the cane. Okay. Careful about the moles. Hope that the postman doesn't get in your way. Walk this way, because it's the Eslo text. And give him the mushroom. Okay. So then you equip the boots and sword, because if you were doing the other manipulation, you would have cane and bombs equipped right there. So sword and boots. Be quick, roll forward. That way it doesn't matter how the postman treats you, you'll still make it. Watch out for any damage you could take, especially from the moblins. Their sword tip does a full heart of damage. Avoid that if possible. Like, run through him if you need to. Okay, so one thing to know. There's an Eslo text here, as you know from earlier. You can avoid it by rolling down into the swamp and dodging it. I think if you are quick enough, you can dodge it. I'm not completely sure, but just for safety, roll down and start running. In here. So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be gathering 3 golden kinstones. The first one is in here. Get owned by the rope. Very important. So this would be our first Dark Nut fight. Best way to do it, down on the wall jump. If he charges, you'll be able to kill him instantly. If he doesn't, you know, you'll have a bit of an awkward time like that. Ugh. Boop. 1, 2. Grab the kinstone before the cutscene happens. It's a lot faster. The ideal thing is he'll do that charge immediately, and if he charges, you can hit him 4 times. Don't mash it. Just do it timed hits. Very important. If you mash it, he can get out. There'll be another Dark Note later that it's actually imperative you do not spam. I'll show you when we get there. Okay, we just go up the ladder, run across the swamp, turn to Minish. Okay, here we equip the pot and the bottle. Whoops. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1. Swipe the bottle. This is where we get water typically. Equip the sword. You want to try to be quick about it because they're grouped together when you first start. So when you do one swing, you'll actually hit all of them. So it's very important you get there as fast as possible. Don't let them separate. And then here, equip boots, bow, save and quit. Okay, walk forward, roll down. And then we go up this ladder. Roll to the left, run. Something to note with the boots. I'll go ahead and explain this now. When you're using the boots, holding a direction, it does 2 things. 1, it makes you bonk. 2, holding in a direction towards a screen transition will make you transition on that screen. Things when you don't touch a directional button, you'll slide against the wall. Here's what happens if you hold the button. Doesn't work. So let go of the direction. And just let him slide. Here, you want to move a little bit to the left and then roll right. And it'll make you avoid the Eslo text. If you roll right immediately, you'll hit it and you'll lose time. Roll through when he opens his eye. Here's our second gold kinstone piece. Roll right, charge down, let go just before. Unload. Okay. Whew. Don't touch it. Now, here's another difference with the boots. Watch this. If you just let go of the direction, you'll crash. But if you hold to the right there, you'll see he kind of whiffed the corner. So I hold to the right there when I get there, and you'll just slide off of the corner, so you won't bonk. So you'll hold right, then let go so that you keep going by sliding down the wall. Roll through. Man, I'm really bad at that. Watch out for enemies, because there's a good chance they'll be there. Yeah, like that. Roll through, climb up. Let go of the direction, roll up, roll right, roll down. While in midair, switch your sword. Make sure your whole shadow is on here. If it's half off and you let go, you'll fall in the water and go all the way back. It's not good. Roll through, grab. Pay attention to where the ropes are, because it's a good chance that they'll be in the wrong spot. Okay, whew. Stay on the bottom. That was unlucky. The first one will be at the top of the list. You can move for 1 frame after, so I mean it's frames you're saving, so. Next one will be at the bottom. A little bit easier. Walk for 1 frame. Bottom of the list again. And again, you can walk for 1 frame, so we go bottom left. And roll. You can see how much damage we've already taken, and we were pretty careful through it. So that's why I was talking about earlier, having an extra heart. I forgot to show you the backup fairy. I'll show it to you a little bit later. I'll show it to you after. With this, you walk in / roll out. It's faster to walk up to it than to roll to it. Roll through him after tapping him to activate him. Go quick, and you'll be able to make this. I didn't. But you can make that. With these, we just avoid... Whoops. We avoid it. In this room, this is another one of those rooms that is special in that it doesn't reset when you activate the Minish portal. So, what you want to do is destroy this piece of grass, and this rope. If he's far off on the side like that, you saw that I lured him in by walking past his cardinal direction, and he'll dash at you. So I'll just do this, and then he'll have dash to me, and it makes it easy to kill. And again, like I said, it's faster to walk diagonally than to roll each time with when you're in Minish form. So walk diagonal, roll, walk diagonal, roll, walk diagonal. Walk through. Bad locations. Ooh, bad locations. Ooh. Okay, so here, this is another, we need to deactivate this guy, because he'll actually run and block the way. Be careful about going back into Minish form. He will reset, and you'll have to do it again. And so now in this spot, we have to kill all the enemies in order to continue in the area. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this guy fast. Whoops. And then boots. Then this, make sure that lure this guy. Pay attention to where these ropes are. There we go. There's a lot of ways to deal with that, so just find the way that works for you. Pay attention to where the ropes are. There's a good chance that one of them will be up here, so just keep an eye out and do what's best for you. Okay, run here. It is possible, if you're good enough, to slide across this corner. It's very difficult, though, so if you don't feel like you can do it, which most of the time I can't either, just don't bother. Just, like, stop right before. Okay. Alright, so now we're in Fortress of Winds. This is where we start doing big glitches. So safety. If you come in here and you're at like less than like 2 hearts or like at 1 heart and you don't feel comfortable doing the area without dying, just walk forward. There's 2 hearts in here. So you can grab 1 or both, it's up to you. And then we continue on. Just roll up here. Okay, so here you're going to be on a bit of a timer. Walk over, roll through, grab, kill, I missed, pull, and you can make it with just enough time to roll through. It's very tight. Obviously the safest way is to walk up here, let him go past. What happened there was instead of rolling, I wasn't far enough to the right, and so I picked this up. And because I picked it up, the spark just hit me. So that's why that happened. So it's, you can make that cycle, but it's a bit precise. Roll through this duder. Swing your sword. Throw this at him, swing twice, hold B on the second swing so that you're charging. And then you're going to go like here, here. What we're going to do is activate this, and you're actually able to activate it without having to do that other one, which is pretty nice. Okay, so we head on over here and we activate this guy. Boop, roll out. Activate, hit him once, and he'll move out the way. And we get this small key. This will be the only small key we get in the dungeon. Okay, fall down. Okay. This is where I believe the difference between the US version and the Japanese version is. For the US version, you will be doing a different route in this dungeon. Look up Quo's tutorial to show it off. I'm showing you the Japanese version, though. So again, if you're low on hearts, there's skulls on each side. The European version is the same, though. Just letting you guys know that. Switch to the bow on B, because you want to have the boots equipped. Whoops, don't do that. And it's very important you take the left side. Very important. Do not go the right side. Hold on, I got an important phone call again. Dang. Okay, sorry about that. That was actually important. Okay, so something to show off that's actually kind of cool and actually very important later. So you watch this. Okay, so you see the regular bow animation, right? This is when you can walk after. You see swing, that's when you can walk. What you can actually do is right after the arrow leaves the bow, you can cancel the animation with the boots. So you see you can walk way faster than normal. So that's called bow canceling. Very important. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, shoot, cancel, and then go. So then go down. That's when this guy activates. You're going to want to wait to do this. And when you see what the Dark Nut does is how you do your equip. So you saw he did a stab. So what I'm going to have to do is equip the sword, and that's it. If he were to do a charge, you would equip the bombs and the sword. So that way you're prepared ahead of time. But because he did the stab, we know that we have to do another cycle. So that's when we do this. That was actually really inconvenient. Whoop. Okay, he did the charge, so that's nice. So it saved us from our little mistake. Damage boost through. Okay, so here's a bit of safety. There's a heart there for safety. So here we equip the boots, try to get a roll lift. I did not. Throw it for the lower timer. Oh, hey, Zen Ivan, thank you very much. And we get the moments. Boop, boop, boop. Save and quit. Make sure you have bombs and the moments equipped. Oh, you didn't know about bow canceling? Yeah, it's very important. Oh, very important. This is where you do the Fortress of Winds manipulation. So you guys know how I manipulated the kinstone earlier? This is where the most optimal part of doing it. I'll include a link in the description of this video to how to do it. I can't do it. I've never been able to pull it off, so I can't actually show you. So, but I'll show you basically the basic idea of it. So you'll have a sword equipped along with the digging mitts. Okay, you don't fall there. That's very that's very important for the manipulation. Is you don't fall there. Just letting you guys know that. Boop, boop. If you're not doing the manipulation, it's fastest to cut through there. This is very important. Is you grab this. Damage is unavoidable there, so you have to take it. And so for the manipulation, you'll go over here and you'll get the kinstone from that Armos there. But since we already have it, we're skipping it. But yeah, I'll include a link to a video to learn it for those who wish to do the fastest way. Okay, so this time we're coming over here and we're actually going to be doing something called portal items. What portal items is that it's a glitch that allows you to use an item while on the portal. So as you can see here, I can't use the digging mitts. Just can't happen. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to use the digging mitts on the portal. And as you can see here, when you clank, you see how it pushes you back? You're going to try to use the digging mitts here to push you back onto the wall to kind of displace. You see you can't really do that. And then we're going to use a bomb to blast us on the roof here. So the way you do that is you press against here and then use an item. And then as you use the item, press forward. So basically, you're going to hold diagonal here. So you're going to hold right and up so that you're pushing, you see? And then you're going to activate the item and then hold right. So you let go of up when you do that. So you see? Dark Messiah, the manipulation should work in the US version. The only thing that won't work in this dungeon in the US version is this thing. You can't do this, what I just did there on the US version. So you would just have to go the long way around, which is a 3-minute difference. And I'll give you a link to where you go for that. Everything else, though, should still work. So this is an example of when you do it too early. What you want to do is you want to make sure that the digging mitts clank before you get on. So I'm just showing you what happens if you do it too early. Because a lot of people will get this slow animation here and they'll not know what they did wrong. And what you did wrong is you got on too early. So you see, you want to like wait for a clank, then down. Clank, then get on. Yeah, some people do it on the right side. Doesn't matter which way you do it. Whatever's comfortable. So, what we're going to be doing is you're going to place a bomb on this line on either side, depending on which side you prefer. So, we'll place a bomb here. Get on. 1, 2, 3. And you see how the bomb kind of went down a little bit? Kind of started to explode. Switch. Oh, I fucked up. Okay. Okay, there we go. When it was red, that's one of the frames that doesn't work. I forgot. That's one of the early frames. So you wanted to wait till you see 3 flashes and start pausing. You can pause buffer where you just mash pause to get the frame you need. I'll also include a link to where it'll have screenshots of each of the 4 frames that work. It's a 5-frame trick, but one of them is a iffy one. Like the one that I did is iffy. So you want to do it when it's blue and starting to shrink for the first time. So the way that I do it is I see 3 flashes and I pause. And if I see the blue shrink, that's when I know I did it right. So, and then, but some people, if you want to be safer, you can start pausing earlier and just mashing pause, and it'll go through each frame. So, that's one way to do it. So you see I used the bomb to blast me on top. And so, we just go up a little bit, and then go left. And boop. And now we're in the boss room. So, for safety, there's hearts here. You usually only need 3, but if you want to be safe, you can go 4. And you want to make sure you jump off here first. If you do not jump off here, you will not be able to interact with the boss, and I'll show you what happens. So now we're in the boss, and we're not actually on the right Z coordinate. So look. Boop. Can't hit him. You just can't interact with him. Can't grab you, nothing. So that's why it's very important you jump off the door, because jumping off the door fixes your Z coordinate. So when this happens, you just walk back down. Go down, jump down, then walk back in. One thing that is absolutely imperative, don't go up when you do the glitch to get on the roof. Do not go up. If you go up and then into the boss room from the right side, if you come into the boss room from the right side, you will actually lock the game. I don't know why that makes a difference, but just don't do that. So make sure you go left into that safe room to get hearts first. Okay? So, what we do here, we're going to come over here, attack this, flip, come over here to make him start slamming the ground, and then use your bow and arrow to shoot it. Because what the aim for it is that he won't actually open his eye on his right hand or his left hand until he hits 3 times. So that's why you're going to activate the eye on the other one, hit it once, then roll over so that he starts smacking his hand down so that you can get the 3 times. And then you use your arrow to finish off the other one. Okay, so then we come in here. Boop, boop. So it's completely random which pillar it is. So make sure you memorize which one it is. So we need to remember the pillar was the front right one. It's very important to remember that because it'll never be the same one twice in a row. Okay, so we walk under it so that we force the slap down. And if you time it right, you can actually time clanks to make yourself invincible. I'm going to try to do it on the next one. Okay, so since it was the front right one, we already know that that will not be it. So we're going to go to the left side now. Okay, it's not there. And so it's this one. Okay, so now it's been the back left one. So now it can be the front right one now. It can only not be the same one twice in a row. Okay, so now we equip the arrows back again. Attack it. Nope, I wasn't able to do it. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. So I can't, unfortunate. Yeah, if you swing your sword while attacking it, you can actually manage to make yourself invincible. Don't know why it happens. Okay, so since we know it can't be the back left one, we're just going to check the front left one and then keep going. So that way we don't waste our time with one that it can't be. Okay? So, a ideal time is 1 hour and I'll say 3 minutes. Like somewhere in there, an ideal time for like starting. A good time is 1:02. Godlike time is under 1 hour and 1 minute. I think only one person has ever gotten under 1 hour. I think it was Fire Turtle. He's the only person who's ever gotten under 1 hour on the new route, I think. So, and he's only gotten it once. So, that'll be around the range, is 1 hour to 1 hour 3 minutes. That's the range you want to go for. Okay, so now, for those of you who are used to the old route, this is where everything is different. Everything from this point on is completely different. So, the first thing we're going to do is you're going to equip Ocarina and the cane. And we're going to go to South Hyrule Field. Okay. And we're going to come over here to Tingle. Okay, you're going to fuse with him. Okay, and then very important, make sure you talk to him normally. Okay, go over here, equip the boots. Over A, you want to keep the ocarina. And go into town. And so now here, we're going to save and quit. And now we're going to do an RNG manipulation to do a ocarina glitch on a house. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold up left. Don't let go of up left. Walk up to this door. Press the boots when you reach it. Have Link's ear on the left side here. And she's going to push you into the door. And so I'm going to show you the pause buffer route. This is the easiest. So when you pause buffer here after she pushes you into the door, hold up right. Unpause, pause again. And then hold up. And she'll push you out. So now you have the door open. For those of you who don't know, if you open a door, Link will automatically walk in. So if you do it a bit early, Link will walk in instead. So it's very important that you do that. The pause buffer route is completely safe and free. That's why I want to show that way. It is possible to do it without pause buffering, but it's very difficult. So again, when she pushes you in, pause it, hold upright, then just pause again while holding upright, then hold up. It can be as little as like 2 frames that you do it, and it'll still work out. So it's very safe. Okay, so now you just want to do the ocarina glitch. What the ocarina glitch is basically you're entering a door, and you interrupt entering a door with the ocarina. And what that does is it puts you on a different plane, and it basically freezes everything because it's like a cutscene. Yeah, Iced Kappa. I don't think many people do the pause buffering. I think only I do it, actually. Yeah. I know like 8 different ways of doing this freaking trick because I was around when it was first done. Like, there was another manipulation where as soon as you start your file, you have 2-frame window to use the boots and slide against this and make it to where the girl pushes you in immediately. Like, it was insane how tight it was. And then another one where you roll twice, walk over here, and then like you swing your sword and you're able to get it. Like, there's just so many different ways. And apparently the door closes if you walk out of sight. So that, I guess we get to show it to you again. Okay, so you hold up left. Use the boots when you touch the wall. She pushes you in, pause, upright. Pause, hold up. Roll in. So when you roll, very important, when you roll, let go of any direction. That way, Link does not actually go in the door. This applies to any doorway. If you roll into a doorway and let go of a direction, you will stop 1 pixel away from the door. And so the way you do the ocarina glitch is you'll press up and then the ocarina 1 frame apart from each other. So you'll press up to enter the door and then interrupt it with your ocarina. So be very careful, and make sure you let go of up when you do that, because otherwise you'll walk in the door, because I can still walk in that door right now. So you're basically going up and pressing the ocarina. And so what that does is you see everything's frozen. I'm basically on a different plane right now. And so with this, there's a few rules you need to remember. There's 3 main ways to soft lock the game when you're in this state. So if I roll, the game will freeze and I'm stuck and I'll have to reset. If I use the boots and I crash into a wall, I freeze the game. It's over. And then lastly, if you jump off of a cliff, you'll freeze the game and it's all over. So the best way to movement is using your Pegasus boots and don't crash. So like if you need to feel safe and like you're afraid you'll crash into this door, just walk it. Just don't even worry about it. Just walk it. In this state, you can undo the ocarina glitch by playing the ocarina. And so don't do that. Okay, so the whole reason we did that is to come into this room. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip the cane and the bottle. And we're going to use the bottle to undo this water and walk out. Another thing that undoes the Ocarina glitch is white loading screen. And you see here, this is why we had to use the Ocarina glitch. We can't go into this house otherwise. Okay, so then we come in here, and now we're going to go into a Minish to go into that duder's house. Diagonal walking is faster. Diagonal walk, roll, diagonal walk, roll. And it's very important we talk to this Minish. Talking to this Minish makes a path open up. It's the same thing as the Pegasus Boots quest, where we have to talk to somebody or something to activate it. So come in here, roll, walk diagonal, roll, walk diagonal, roll. This is the Minish. If you didn't talk to that other guy in that house, this duder would be standing right here blocking the door. Okay. Walking diagonal, roll, roll, roll. Roll, roll, roll past this guy. Careful, it's very easy to talk to this guy. You can damage boost if you want. Okay. Whoops. Don't do that. Activate that. Very important. Grab the fairy here. We're not actually grabbing this fairy for safety. We're grabbing this fairy for a trick that we have to do. I'm taking damage on purpose. That's interesting. If you get hit when you go in there, it continues the recoil when you're out of it. That's interesting. Okay. Now equip the sword. Walk forward. Activate this fight. Takes 3 hits. 3. Then on this last one, you're going to just take damage until you're at a half heart. Or if you want to be safe, 1 heart. So we'll just do the safety one for now. Oh, I guess we're not. That's an example on why some people will want to keep a full heart. So, the reason why we do that, we're going to equip the digging mitts and the Pegasus boots, and then save. The reason why we take so much damage there is because that's the fastest way to take damage in a short amount of time. We need to be at least half a heart. Okay, so now we're going to continue the route. Watch out for these guys, they will make your life miserable. So we're going to come down here and talk to this duder. We're going to fuse with him, actually. We're going to use that red kinstone that we got from Fortress of Winds. That's why it's very important you grab that. In fact, so important, if you don't get it, you have to reset the run, basically. Because what this portal here is going to do is it's going to let us skip, like, 2 major areas and a dungeon. So, do that. And now we keep going here. Oh my gosh, that was scary. Okay, come up here. Okay, we're gonna fuse with this Tingle here. Only the right one. Okay. Now you're going to equip the Ocarina over B. Yeah, I think that's all you do. There we go. And we're going to fly to Lake Hylia. Come down here. Jump off with this, and then start running. Careful for that duder. Run down here. So this is the 3rd Tingle brother. It's faster to just roll since there's so many corners. A general rule of thumb. If it takes more than 3 rolls, run. If it takes less than that, just roll. Okay, we're gonna come over here and equip the sword on A. So that way we still have the Ocarina, and charge from right to left. Okay, whoops. Then we play the Ocarina. Go here. Okay, boots. Actually, I might have done the menuing wrong there. I'll get back to you guys on that. Okay, so now we're going to be doing all these switches. We're going to go to each individual tree. So we're going to roll, roll, up, side roll, over roll, then go to the opposite side that you're on. Side roll, slide against the door, side roll, over roll, roll, down, over, side roll, over roll. There we go. Side roll, over roll. Okay, and now we go down here, and we grab the magic boomerang. Okay. Now we fly to Lake Hylia. Excuse me. Lots of talking. Okay. So now what we do is we equip the sword first. Defeat this guy. Very important you defeat him. Go inside here, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing the same thing we did in the town, where we used the house and opened the door to do the Ocarina glitch. And this one, oh man, there were so many ways of doing this before. But now we're going to be, I'm going to show you a setup that we have found by Yadra. Ooh. Okay. So, the way that it's set up is you go in the house, equip the boots and the bomb. Exit, and save. Because if you mess this up, you actually will have to find another fairy. So it's very recommended to safety save here. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop the bomb and start Pegasus bootsing at the same time. And as you bounce off the wall, pause and switch to the arrows. And then when you unpause, you're going to hold up, and then you're going to roll and use a bow and arrow while holding up the entire time. So never let go of up after you unpause here. So we're going to hold up, roll, arrow, and it'll be perfect to open the door and blow yourself up. Because remember, if you open a door, you automatically walk in. So we use the bomb to interrupt that, and we use the fairy as well. So now we're still not out of the woods yet, so that's why it's also important that you had saved before this, because you can still mess up the Ocarina glitch, and you'll be out of luck. So now we equip the boots and the Ocarina, we roll into the door, and Ocarina glitch. So now it's very important you remember those rules. Don't crash into this, don't roll, don't jump off a cliff, and then when we get here, it's also very important that you undo the Ocarina glitch by playing the Ocarina again. This allows you to get on here. If you don't undo the Ocarina glitch, you'll be doing all sorts of weird stuff if you get on here, and I think you actually can't get back. So, and that's how we get into this dungeon without the flippers. So that's the flipperless route so far. There's one more thing that we have to do, because if you guys remember, for those who do the old any% route, you still need the flippers in this dungeon. So, we walk forward, do this, and then go ahead and use the Pegasus boots here, so that you walk into the Eslo text and don't roll. Okay, use the Pegasus boots here. Oh, no problem, the Great Todd. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Okay, so we just Pegasus boots up here. So just like normal, we still need this small key. Only we're going to be using the small key for a different thing. Okay. The easiest one is to do it from the middle. Fall from the middle, and it'll make it to where you slide just right. Pegasus boots. Only grab the key and hold B. Alright. So now that we're up here, we're going to Ocarina glitch. There we go. The buzzing sound when you rotate the stick. Oh, it's the GameCube controller. You'll probably hear the stick for any Minish Cap runner that plays on the Game Boy player. Flipperless saves about 4 minutes, I believe. Saves 4 minutes. A little bit more than that. The reason why Flipperless works is because we found another glitch that I'll be showing you here in a minute, which makes the whole thing possible. Okay, so those rules that I mentioned about soft locking... the rules about soft locking during the Ocarina glitch don't apply when, also my internet might die at some point because it's around that time. So if it does, don't worry, I will be resetting the router and getting it back, and I'll still highlight everything. So the rules that apply for soft locking with the thing don't apply anymore when you change screens. It's only on the first screen that you're on when you do the Ocarina glitch. So you can roll, jump off things once you change screens, okay? So we're going to use the Pegasus boots to come down here. So one thing with the Ocarina glitch is that you can raise your elevation by going up ladders, but it doesn't apply when you lower. So see, I can walk on walls now. Like, that's pretty epic. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and we're going to go get the boss key. And as usual, jump off here so that it works. So now we're going to do the ice puzzle. Fastest way. Push this left. Push this left. Push this down. Push this left, push this up, then left, then down, then don't get caught on corners. Pegasus boots, over, Pegasus boots, boop. Okay, and then we save and quit. So now coming up is the glitch that lets us actually pull this all off. It's really complicated, there's a lot to it, and I'll include all of it in the description. Okay, so now we need the Ocarina glitch again. Hello, Momo, how are you doing? Yeah, Dark Messiah, this changed too. Okay, so we roll into the door, set it up, get the Ocarina glitch. Yeah, this glitch that we're going to be doing also lets us skip the second half of Palace of Winds. So, alright. So this is where we need the magic boomerang. You only get one shot at this in the second time we use it, but on this one, since we saved just before, it's okay to mess it up. Okay, so equip the magic boomerang on A and the cane on B. What you're going to do is you're going to throw the boomerang and hold A to open the door. Don't let go of A. And then we're going to roll 3 times to the right. Hold up, and then you're going to use the cane of Pachi to kind of figure out where you are. Because this trick is a 50-50 shot, depending on your subpixels. So we use the cane to figure out what subpixel we're on. So you see, I'm going to shoot the cane, and you can kind of see it there on the bottom right. If it just does that one flash, then you're on the wrong one. So you're going to walk down a bit, then roll up, and you're going to do it again. You saw how it flashed twice there? You see how it flashes twice there? Yeah, you see that? That's how you know that you're on the right subpixel. So you're going to hold right, and you're going to mash pause. And then you're going to hold up after you get out of that pause menu to get on top of the wall there. So, now we're up here. So we're going to go to the left to use the white transition screen to end the Ocarina glitch. And walk back right, then up. So now we don't have the Ocarina glitch activated anymore, and we equip the sword. So now we come down here, activate the fight, and use the boomerang to make this fight a lot easier. Okay. Duder. Okay, there we go. So, now we're done with that. So we just finished the first half of the dungeon without any of the flippers. Okay, so we push this switch here. Thanks, Usual. I appreciate it. How did your runs go? Subpixels are complicated, Dark Messiah. But basically, it's like, it's just like I guess like the way that Link is just not correct for it to work. So, okay. So I guess, again, small optimizations for those who care. It is faster to do bottom than top because you can clip the link a little bit so you don't have to walk as far to push the switch. But again, if you're too far, it'll disintegrate. So some people just do top to bottom just to be safer. So that way they don't have any risk of that. So, safety, there's hearts here, 2 of them. And then you're going to equip the boots. Run into an Eslotex, so that way you don't roll into it. Then you're going to roll twice, and then start Pegasus bootsing. Roll, roll. Then here you're going to roll to the right, that way you get momentum sliding up, and then start Pegasus bootsing. And with Pegasus boots, you're able to ignore pain, I guess. So you just run through all the damage. And now we're at the next mini-boss. Quo ruined? Oh, jeez. Alright. So in this one, we're gonna lead him on over here. Then go back down here. He's gonna jump. Then roll up and start inhale. Oh, well, I forgot to equip the... Okay, you should equip the pot before you do this. That way you don't have to wait an extra cycle. Oh, I guess I don't have to wait one anyway. Cool. Okay, so you see there's a lot of leeway there. But it's the same as the green shoe, where you stay on the direction that he lands. That he starts tilting. And the same rules apply for between 5 to 9 hits. It's random. Second one, he's going to jump immediately. Lure him up to the corner. Then let him jump up here. And then start inhaling. What the heck? What? I got owned. I was deceived. I was bamboozled. Life isn't fair. If you mess up the new glitch, there's a few ways you can do that. If you like go through the door normally and and you go through the load screen, then just reset. It's not a big deal in this dungeon. You can just reset, then you have to redo the Ocarina glitch. Wait, he moved a bit before doing the 5 jump? I've never seen that before. That's pretty epic. So I think I'm going to get an extra cycle out. That's really strange. I've never seen him done that before, so there you go, fellas. Now you get to see what the worst thing that can happen to you is. So, ideally on the last phase, he's going to jump 5 times. If he jumps 5 times, then all you need to do is just start inhaling south. Like, you just inhale south. I'll explain it again. Yeah, but he regenerates it. If you do it at the start, he'll just regenerate it through the lightning phase. So, on the last cycle, he'll have a high chance. Like, it's normally what happens is he'll jump below you, and then he'll jump above you, and then jump below you, and he'll do it 5 times. So you can just stand here and inhale, and then on the 5th jump, you just go back while inhaling, and it'll be enough to do it. That's usually what happens. And the alternative is he'll just dash at you immediately, no big deal, and then you'll just inhale after that. But for some reason he jumped 5 times with the dash, and that's never happened before, so that's crazy. Okay, so now we equip the Ocarina and the boots. Oh, right. What happens if you mess up the new glitch? There's a few ways to mess it up. One is going through the loading screen anyway, and if you go through the loading screen, then you need to reset because you're not actually out of bounds. Another way that you can do it is you can be on the wrong subpixel and you'll go to the right. And if you do that, you'll be stuck in the wall. You won't be able to do the mashing pause thing. You'll just be stuck in the wall. So that's another way to mess it up. And then another way of messing up is you get there and you fall off. If you fall off, you're not able to continue because you can try to go into this the scissor beetle fight, but the door's closed, so you can't actually enter the room. So those are a few ways to mess it up. In this part, it doesn't end the run. if you haven't done a run on the new route, or if your time isn't very good. It'll be just fine. It'll waste like 30 seconds or 40 seconds, but you'll at least be able to finish the run because you'll be saved here. So you reset, go get the Ocarina glitch again, and try again. So it's not a big deal for new runners. So after that fight, you equip the Ocarina and the boots, and now we're going to skip the second half of the dungeon. Okay, get the Ocarina glitch, and then we go south. Run, stop before the end of the screen, dash over here, roll twice down, and start running to the left while holding down. A visual cue, bottom of this block. That's your visual cue. Okay, so the room we need to go to is above us, but if you were to screen transition up from here, it'll be a white loading screen, and you'll not be where you want to be. And as you know, white loading screens will reset your Ocarina glitch. So what we're going to do is a little weird, but you go left, up, and then right. It's a bit weird, but that's how we do it. Turn off your Ocarina glitch, roll over, jump down, start dashing. Boop, roll through. Be careful not to get damaged too much there. Equip your sword. Start charging. Thanks, Momo. You find this new route easier? What? That's crazy. Like, I think the book quest is easier, but it's a lot more to remember, in my opinion, because it's so much longer. I would definitely recommend, though, just not bothering with book quest, even if you're a beginner. Because, like I said, there's it's still faster even if you mess up. Like, for example, when this route was first found, and a lot of runners were doing it, they were tying their PBs. Like, so even when the route was completely unfamiliar, like it was their first time doing it, and you know, they were messing up the Ocarina glitches, they were resetting their tricks, they were still tying their old PB. So in my opinion, it's better to just start learning the new route. Like I said, the second door Ocarina, there's a setup. You can save before it to do it again if you mess up. The first door, you're saved right before it, and you can do a pause buffer. So if you mess up, you just reset. So like there's very little time that you're just guaranteed to lose. So you'll just, as you do the runs, you'll get better and better at it. Similar with the manipulations, if you mess it up, you can reset. If you do the brioche manip, it's only 12 seconds that you lose if you reset. Fortress of Winds, if you mess it up, the Fortress of Winds manipulation is simple, I guess. So if you mess it up, you can actually show it to like Toadswood or DBX or Pioneer, and they can actually tell you exactly the spot that you messed up because of how like it's set up. So it's very easy to get help for that. So yeah. Yeah. So like I would recommend learning the new route just because it's so simple to like learn, and like it's just such a big time save that even if you were to mess it up, you'll still do just as well as the old route just because of how much time it saves. So, alright. So now for safety, here's hearts here for safety. And so now we're going to be doing the big octo fight. The big octo fight is really annoying because it's really random. The first two are completely predetermined. So the first one is guaranteed to be 3 shots. So you just swing your sword, try to go a little bit over, swing your sword. And then you're going to go diagonal and use your Pegasus boots. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit that. So now we're going to equip the shield and the... okay. 2 ways to do this. First one is with sword and lantern. The other one is with shield and lantern. The shield and lantern is a lot easier than the sword and lantern. But sword is technically faster by a smidgen. So the top runners, like DBX, DBX and Toadswoot do it. I think Fire Turtle, second place, actually uses shield, I believe. So the shield is a lot easier, sword is a smidgen faster. So just letting you guys know that up front. So then you unpause, activate the lantern, set his tail on fire. Okay, stay over here. So now, the second one is also predetermined. He's going to inhale, then shoot a rock, then inhale again, then shoot 2 rocks. So he does it faster if you're against the wall here. Dodge. If you're in the corner, he does it a lot faster. Okay, that's done. Then he's going to shoot. If you switch between the two, then you're wasting time because that's extra pauses. But yeah, you can do that if you want. Then as he's moving back, get him. Stay in the corner again. So this third phase is entirely random. There is no manipulation that we know of. There's no way to make it go faster. We just hope. He can choose to do it, or he can choose to charge. He can choose to shoot. Yeah, see, okay, so we inhaled. So now we reflect. He'll inhale, reflect, and then boom. Okay, so now this is called an ink. The average is getting 1 ink. That's just how it typically happens. The worst you can get is 2 inks, since you have to get 3 hits on him. Okay, so now it's over. So now we're going to hope he shoots the rock. He did not, so this is the worst luck you can get. So again, we reflect it back at him, and we get another ink. This is why it's recommended you enter this fight with at least 3 hearts. Because you see I got inhaled twice. Getting inhaled does a full heart of damage. So you want to make sure you have at least 3 hearts, and even maybe a little more, because he can still inhale again before shooting. That is the worst luck you can get, is if he inhales a 3rd time. But he didn't do that. Okay. So this is the bit of the more frustrating part of the run, since there's no control over it. But that's just how it goes. So I got a 2 ink there. So that's an example of like the worst luck you can get. So, but it is possible that he'll just shoot all 3 rocks as soon as you start the 3rd phase. So make sure you're ready for that. Okay, so we finished that dungeon. So now we finish the Flipperless route. So you see, it's not too bad. The hardest part of it is learning it, and then trying to do it under pressure. But like everything else in the run, the more you do it, the more natural it is. Like, you get a feel for it. Okay, so now we equip the Ocarina and the boots. Okay, we're going to equip the Ocarina and the boots. And then we'll go here, because now we have to fuse the sword. It's very important that you fuse the sword. You can actually continue the run without doing that, but you'll eventually get to a point where you can't continue without it. So like, we can actually reach the next dungeon without fusing the sword, but we won't be able to complete it without doing it. So you can use the boots here for a little bit faster. Equip the sword. Bad spot. Make sure you transition in the middle so that the rope stands still there. And then he'll eventually charge at you. That's what you want, so that way he doesn't get in your way. Yeah, you get walled if you don't fuse the sword, so it's very important. Okay, there we go. Da-da-da-da. Okay, again, roll down. When you're at the corner, you start charging your sword. Okay, start dashing. So now we're going to head over to the portal that we made with fusing the red kinstone. Climb. Equip the Ocarina and boots. And we're going to go to South Hyrule Field. Start bootsing. Roll, roll, boots. Roll, roll, roll. Okay. Roll twice, roll twice, roll once. And we're going to Ocarina glitch to get past these NPCs. Okay. Go up the stairs again. I guess I'll go ahead and bring up a version difference. Usually, in this route, you know, we Ocarina glitch again and we walk through. That only works in the US and the Japanese version. If you're on the PAL version, you need to come in here, actually. Talk to this guy. And then talk to her. And she'll move out of the way. The reason why you have to do that is because, yes, the Japanese version is the fastest. The reason you have to do this for the European version, or PAL version, is because up here, in the Japanese and the US version, you can use the Ocarina here to fly out. In the PAL version, you can't actually do that. So if you try to go down the stairs in the PAL version, you'll be stuck behind this girl who's blocking the way, and you'll actually soft lock the game. So just something to bring up for those who are learning on the PAL version. Safety, there are fairies here. So if you don't feel confident in from here to the end of the game, there's a fairy right here that's right in the way, easy to get. Okay, so you can grab that there. So then here, we're going to equip the sword and the magic boomerang. And just like with the fusing kinstones, you can move for 1 frame after you get up here, just saving frames. Okay, and so it's from here, you just react to what the these P-hats do. If they get in your way, you can use the magic boomerang on them to keep them out of the way. Use the magic boomerang on that switch. Use the skulls to break them. Activate the switch. Yep, like all it is just reacting to these enemies. So just watch what they're doing, react accordingly. See, this guy's in the way, so we make him jump, pin him to the wall. Point out, when you walk down the other set of stairs, the first girl is blocking, you need to wiggle out of the stairs. Here we go. Walk down the other set of stairs. Oh, okay, okay, the other set of stairs you walk past. Yeah, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? Yeah. B-Boy, you can ask questions by typing. Yeah, you're welcome to join voice, I guess, if you have questions. Just be careful of your volume, I guess. If you have questions. Okay, so here, another thing to talk about. This fire pillar, if it happens to be high up here, getting hit by it and being set on fire is the fastest movement speed in the game, as you see here. So it's actually faster if it's up there to do that. If not, just avoid it. Like if it's down here, just avoid it because you actually can't transition while you have the fire on. So then you come down here, come over here, activate the thing, fly. Actually, you don't even have to move to the left to activate it. You can do it from up there. Just throw the boomerang. Be careful though, there's an ESLO text up there. So that's why you want to go down first before you do it. So then you're going to come over here, throw the boomerang. If you're low on bombs, there's a heart there, guaranteed. So now we have the Wizrobe fight. There's 2 strategies for this. One that uses more bombs than the sword, and one that uses the lantern and the bombs. I guess I'll include a video of the other strategy, so that way you can see both and do the one that's easier. It's kind of mixed. Some runners do the lantern strat, like Isual, myself. Some new runners. It used to be the most commonly used one because it saves a bomb. But since the new route, we skipped the second half of Palace of Winds, we don't need bombs anymore. So the sword and bombs is faster by, I think, 1 or 2 seconds. So I'll definitely include a link for that, since, you know, for those who want to be the fastest. But I find this one easier. because the lantern instant kills Wizrobes. It's an instant kill. So I'm going to try to pull it off. So we'll see if we pull it off. So you grab a bomb, throw it, activate this, place 2 bombs immediately. Then pick up the bomb, throw across, place a bomb, then place a bomb up here, grab this, kill, and then reach him. But unfortunately I placed the bomb too late because I took damage. So we got an extra cycle. But it's a pretty difficult fight, but I'll include links for the fights correctly. It's very difficult. It takes a lot of practice because of how precise it is. So as you saw, I got hit, so... Well, yeah, right? It's a weird way to do it. So, the other way would be you take a bomb, throw it, sword, place a bomb, 2 bombs, pick one up, throw it across, slash, bomb, slash, and then throw a bomb on each side. But yeah, like I said, I'll include videos for it. So we're gonna skip these other cycles. You can actually, the other clouds, you can actually do that. So a bit of a visual cue, see them jump, then go down, hold the jump button, and you'll make this. So you wait for the visual cue for the blue chews over there, and when they jump, you start heading down when they jump for a little bit. So you come over here, just like the other one. The 3rd cloud is what you aim for. Jump and hold. Okay, then you come over here. Did I mute my volume? No, I didn't. Okay. Alright. So when you come up here, you're going to start charging your sword. And it actually will come later, so you want to wait and then do it as the thing comes. So don't actually activate it until you see the platform, because you actually just barely have enough time, as you see there. So you need to actually wait for the platform to get here. Okay, so then you come here, jump ahead to make the crows start moving. Boop, boop. And then on this one, you're going to wait by walking up here, and then walking down and jumping the rest. And you'll see you'll be just able to make it. Okay, then this is an auto-scroller, so we just take our time. Jump. And if you're fast enough, you can make this. Switch to the cane. Uh-oh. Charge your sword upwards. Charging it upwards is actually slightly faster than forwards. See, it activates the switches in your first quarter swing of your spin attack. So that's nice. So a little glitch. If you hug the wall, you see how much space there is between you and the pot? It saves a bit of time, like compared to how you normally have to do it. So it's just a little exploit. Saves a little bit of time. Whoops. There you go. So that's how you do that puzzle. And now if I hadn't messed that up, this would be a perfect cycle to where you would damage boost by rolling into it to do that. And this is just unlucky. This is unlucky. Like, that one in my blood. That was pretty epic. Yeah. So there we go. So then here, you're going to use the cane to activate that. Switch to your boomerang and the cape. Use your boomerang to activate the switch. Roll in, switch the boomerang to boots. Okay, so up here, you're going to screen transition for the most amount of time you need it. We're going to try to skip a cycle. To get the most amount of time, you want to enter the screen using your boots. And I'll show you here. So you go quickly, damage boost through, and you see there's plenty of time to make that cycle. You can make it just by rolling at the start. You can make it by bootsing just across this middle and just rolling the rest. But for the most amount of time, like I said, I want to show like the safest and the and alternative ways. You can start off entering the screen with boots, and you'll have so much time at the end to make it if you mess up, like pushing the blocks. So then we're going to start bootsing north. It's jump, 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 boots, jump. Whoop, missed. You have to jump on that first one, roll, jump across, jump on. And on this one, you only need to do the second cloud, and then you can make it. Okay, come in here, boots, jump across. So, here's where there's an Ocarina glitch that you can do that saves about 30 to 40 seconds. It's frame perfect, and you only get one try at it, so that's 1/60th of a second window to do it. What you're going to try to do is you're going to try to activate the Ocarina on the exact frame that the key drops. So that's why you only get one shot at it. If you miss it, then you don't get another try. So what we're going to try to do is going to kill this guy. 4, 5, 6. Then, whoops, I thought I had the cape equipped. So we're going to bait this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to try to pause buffer to see if we can nail it. Nope. So that spark there was the frame that you needed. I'll include a video of it being done so I can show you the route for it. But this is what the route that you'll normally go. So here, we're going to defeat this duder, just so that he doesn't bother us. And we're going to charge. Yeah, you get one shot. It's really difficult to land. So I guess, like, if you do get the Ocarina glitch, I'll show you the way that you do actually go. But this is what you'll do otherwise. It's actually probably better that I didn't get it there, so that way I can show you the regular route. So here, you're going to equip the bombs, place one here, place one there, activate it, and you're going to try to bait the moblins into it. This one didn't cooperate, and so you just kill him as normal. Whoa, apparently it didn't kill that dude either. So you can just knock him down, then just defeat the Wizard as normal. So the ideal way, bomb there, bomb here. The bomb will explode and kill both moblins, and you bait them together. So then you equip the cape. So this part right here, be very careful. There's a glitch that if these Stalfoses are on this side or that side, if you push the block, they'll go through it. So be very careful. Like here would be a good example. If I push this block, the Stalfoses will actually go through the block and hurt you. So if you're at low health like mine, just go ahead and kill them. Very dangerous. So if you get the Ocarina glitch, I'm just going to go ahead and show you that now. If you were to land it, you play the Ocarina, time freezes. You're going to exit up here by walking, because remember, the way is to soft lock the game. And then the key will fall down, you grab it, and what you're going to do is you're going to run across here, and then you're going to use the boots to run down here and just go around to get that small key. So, now, another safety strat. Magic Boomerang on this thing will give you a fairy. There's many times where you can use this, so it's very good to have in mind. Okay, so now we grab the boss key. Now, this is that trick I told you about that we did in Temple of Droplets that you don't get more than one shot at. So, we're going to equip the lantern on B and the boots on A. It's actually important that that's how you do it. So, what you do is you're going to use the lantern and open the door as you're lighting within the first 15 frames. That way, you do the same thing that you do with the magic boomerang in the Temple of Droplets. So we're going to do this. And so you go to BR or BA, and now you're out of the loading zone. So you walk right, walk up, walk left, and now you see we're on top. So now we just run north. Run all the way north, then go right. And now we're in the boss room. Ta-da! You skip the second half of Palace of Winds. So, safety. The skulls have hearts. There's that fairy in that other room. They're not called anti-fairies in this game. They're called sparks, I believe. They are called anti-fairies in the other games. So you're going to want to equip the sword and the cape. At least I don't think they're called anti-fairies in this game. I think we had this conversation. So, this fight. Start off charging your sword, and you want to do it on this specific pattern. Then move over a little bit, and then just start swinging your sword. Should always work. Fly across, start charging your sword. And so on these guys, you need to do 4 damage. And so that's 2 hits with the spin attack. Unfortunately, that's the only corner in which that wouldn't have reached. So then just swing your sword twice for the other one. Boop, boop, boop. Hit, dodge, continue hitting. Walk down here so that he shoots down here. Walk up, continue. Okay, fly onto him. Okay. Whoops, I released early. So we just use our sword to finish it. Whoa, that's bad luck. This third phase is the most difficult because it's actually random which side that he starts swinging on, as you can see there. So it's very easy to like lose time here. So you got to be very careful. Yeah, see, he can just make your life miserable. So I'm going to show you one neat little trick if we were able to pull it off. This guy is just not cooperating though. That's why you want to be as fast as possible. With this fight, the faster you go, the better off it goes. Because like you don't have these bullets flying at you from different directions. You don't have them diving into you. You're able to just do it quickly. Okay, so this right here, if you see this setup, whether it be on the right or the left for the bottom, you can actually do this without cloning. If you set yourself up like right here, whoops, like right here, whoops, like right there, you see you can do it without having to get clones. It's very nice, and it's a great backup if like he breaks your clones and you get that pattern. And what is with me getting the only side that it doesn't work? Sucks. Okay, so now the last phase, very easy. Okay, we got cloneless. There you go. So yeah, first 2 phases, very easy. It's guaranteed every time. Phase 3 is the one where it's random whether he goes on the bottom or the top, so make sure you pay close attention. It might be better to charge from left to right so that you can see and react a little better. That might be something to consider. But as long as you're able to get it the first time for the slashes, there's a chance that if you do lose the clones, that he'll give you the cloneless pattern, so that's a nice backup. If not, it's just patience. Don't let him overwhelm you. Otherwise, you know, you'll start making mistakes. You might get angry, and it's easy to mess up after that. So on the 3rd phase, just be careful. The 4th phase, guaranteed. It's easy. You don't have to worry. But yeah, that fight might be why you want to have a fairy, just in case. But yeah, so after that... After that, you just use the Ocarina and we start heading to Dark Hyrule Castle. Hello at Red Infinity. How are you doing?
Amazing. Question about Vonnie, not Vonnie, Palace of the Dead. What was the window with the lantern and the Pegasus boots? 15 frames, you said?
Yeah, it's very easy.
So you have half a second.
Yeah, you just B then open the door.
You open the door. Did you dash through it?
Nope, you don't have to dash through it. Literally just B and press R, and he'll automatically move as far as you need. And then you just hold right. Just literally hold right. That's it. Screen will change, then just go up.
And how much time does that save compared to the old route?
3 minutes.
Wow.
Because you skip the entirety of the second half of the dungeon. Don't have to do the floor masters, don't have to do the jumps, don't have to do that maze room, don't have to do the mini-boss. Don't have to get the extra small keys.
Has the route changed in Dark Hyrule Castle as well, or...?
No, I think this is overall the same. Okay, so now we have the sword. Oh, and as I pointed out, like, you don't need your sword equipped to be able to do that. We don't have our sword equipped right now, and we're able to use the sword. Okay, so we just dash forward. So this is the last cutscene of the game. And it's basically a repeat of the opening scene, but with one additional thing. So far, so good. So I need to remember to post what the Ocarina glitch looks like, because, like, I would show you, but like I said, it's a one try. Like, if the key falls, you can't do it again. You can't make it refall. So I'll show a video of what it looks like when you do it. And then I'll show you the Fortress of Winds manipulation. I'll post a video. And then I'll post a video of the brioche manipulation with an in-depth explanation on how it works. Let's see, is there any other things that I need to get outside? Oh, right, the sword Wizrobe strat. That one's faster, so I want to make sure that I include that, because some people want to be the fastest, which is important, so get that. I want to make sure that everything is talked about. Alright, so another glitch coming up. This is called cutscene walking. So we're going to go here at our normal spot, start charging. Activate on these two. Activate on the furthest one, then inwards. That way you can start Pegasus bootsing. Okay, so cutscene walking. Dash down, charge your sword, line up your shadow on the third row of bricks. Walk over here, let go and hold down. What that does is that as it activates an Eslo scene as you try to unfreeze the duder down there. When you unfreeze an NPC, Link cannot move until the whole cutscene starts or finishes. So what we're doing here is we activated that so Link couldn't move anymore, and it activated Eslo's text. So when Eslo finishes talking, it says, okay, Link can walk again. So that allows us to walk during that scene that normally Link would have to stand still. So, so now we can walk, and so we charge our sword, throw it right now. Okay, so now that guy activates, and then we activate this one. A good visual cue that might help for, if you guys need a visual cue, when his excitement mark activates, then throw it. And then when you do it on this one, doesn't matter when you do it, just do it as soon as possible on the last one. And then you can go through. That saves about 7 seconds of not having to stand around. Okay, right here. Then here, equip the ocarina and the the cape. Okay, here, jump, because see, it's a very low chance of this wisp jolting to the left, but if you try to roll, or boots, or walk, he'll hit you if he does that. It's a very low chance of him doing it, but that's why you want to try to use the cape instead, just in case that does happen. If he does hit you, you have to wait about 20 seconds, I think, total, of not being able to use your items. So you can't activate the ocarina glitch if this guy hits you. So you want to make sure that you do that. And then when you activate it, I believe cape is faster coming back. So just go through this room as normal, try not to get set on fire. Jump over here because you see he can be a bully like that. And then equip boots. Oops. Careful not to bonk. Okay, come up here. If you get stuck like this, jump and it'll push you out. Similar to outside Fortress of Winds, it is possible to slide off that wall, but it's very precise. It's 10? Yeah, it just feels like forever. Okay, so very important. We exit the castle here and go back in. What that does is that it resets where you save and quit from. So when you load your file, this is where you'll spawn now. If we were to save and quit before leaving this castle, it'll take us back to the entrance that we came in where we unfroze those NPCs. So exiting and coming back here will make it to where when you save and quit, you'll spawn right here, which is very important. And then we just Pegasus boots through. Okay, then we go left. Over here. Equip the bombs and the sword. Okay, so I'm gonna set up. Ugh. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try to do cloneless. So the way that we do that, walk against this, place down the bomb and pick it up right there, throw it, roll up, swing your sword, and there you go. And so what that does is it skips having to charge your sword, and also there's an Eslo text right there, so you save a lot of time doing that. So it's okay to take some time to practice that. So we're going to walk around the Eslo text, come up here, make sure you do not get hit by those guys, otherwise you go right back to the start. Very simple puzzle. Start charging your sword right now. Okay, and then when you jump off, equip Ocarina and boots. Ooh, that's bad luck. Okay. So now we're going to do an Ocarina glitch off this door right here. If you do the Ocarina too late, that's what happens there. There we go. Too early, you'll place your you'll play your Ocarina instead of going into the door, or instead of activating it, you'll just stand there playing the Ocarina if you do it too early, and if you do it too late, you'll go down the stairs. So I guess that's good to show you what happens if you do the fails. Okay, so as you know, there's an Eslo text there, so we're going to go on this side and hold left so that we go around it. And so basically what we're doing right now is we're trying to get 4 small keys so that we can get access to the boss key. So similar to Temple of Droplets, the visual key, this corner right here. Once you're past it, you're able to go through. So go down here. Now, make sure you have at least 1 bomb. If you don't have at least 1 bomb, this is where you'll grab it. Is it this one? No, this is the arrows. This one's the bomb. You absolutely need at least 1 bomb. So if you don't have it, get them here. If you're feeling low on arrows, like if you have if you have less than 20, make sure you grab these. Very important. You need at least 20, honestly. Okay, this one's far enough to where you can just roll. And then here we have our second small key. Okay, so we're going to save and quit here. That's why we exited and re-entered the dungeon. Okay. And now we're going to do another Ocarina glitch. There we go. There's a few ways to set this up. You can roll into it. I believe there's a few people who slide against this thing. Slide against the wall to do it. So there's a variety of ways of setting up the Ocarina glitch. So it's however you find it easiest. Okay, so here we go. Avoid the Eslo text. Oop, careful not to fall off. If you jump off the cliff, it's fine there. Okay, so this time we're going to run across this way. And again, visual cue is that corner. Go down, go up here. Activate this switch. Be fast, because there's a Wizrobe there. Boop. Get the small key. And now equip the cape over your boots. And this will be the last Ocarina glitch of the run. So activate it flawlessly like normal. Okay, get into the doorway. Jump up. Oop. So you want to jump south into the doorway and then push out. If you aren't able to do it, then you didn't go far enough. It's a bit tricky to learn at first, But once you get the feel of it, it's just easy every time. So like you saw the tip of Link's hat, you just jump down and hold left. That simple. So we roll up here. Be careful not to play the ocarina. If you play the ocarina, you are stuck here. There's nothing you can do to get out. So next, you can just wing it. And once you get the feel for it, you can go. Or an easy setup for this one, because this doorway is deeper than the other one. So an easy way to set up is you walk in until you can't see the sword anymore. So it's like as soon as you see the tip gone, jump up. Oh, right. Okay, it's good that that happened. If you mess it up and you go through the door without jumping, you actually can't jump unless you roll. Now I can jump. That's what happened there. So we set it up. Sword can't see it anymore. Jump up. Hold left. Okay. Set them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy every time. There you go. Okay, so on this one, roll forward. You have to do the roll. If you don't do the roll, remember, you can't use the items. So you roll forward, equip the bombs, place one here, jump up here, replace the bombs with arrows, shoot, roll, shoot, jump, roll south. With the ocarina glitch, you can't just jump on those, jump on the flippers anymore. It doesn't work. You'll just stay on top. So you have to roll after you jump. Otherwise, you'll stay there. So that's why you have to roll downwards. If you take too long and the platform's there, roll to the side so that you run into the wall and land on the platform below you. Because if you roll south, obviously you'll fall off. So keep that in mind. Okay. So upcoming here is a little mini boss. Equip your sword ahead of time. And so here, yeah, you land on the platform after you roll. Because, like, if you jump on it and you don't roll, then nothing happens. Yeah, I'm on the Game Boy player right now. Okay, so right here is a mini-boss. He's going to spawn right there. I'm going to try to pull off the quick kill. So let's see if we get this. We're going to walk up here, roll, 1, 2... Oh, nope, fucked it up. Darn. So we have to fight him normally. But he was cooperative. Oops. Jump. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, so the quick kill normally is... you saw how I pinned him against the wall there at the end. That's the idea behind the quick kill. If you're able to roll up far enough... I rolled too early. That's what happened. I wasn't far enough. If you roll up there, you can hit him on the side, and it'll push him into the top wall, and he's stuck there. So you just keep doing it over and over, and you get a quick kill there. It's like right about here. But again, you have to do it melodically. You can't do it, you can't spam it. If you spam it, he'll get out. So like that's why you saw at the bottom here when I pinned him on the wall, that I swung methodically. Yeah, the Wii U version is the fastest version of the game. 3DS version is the second fastest. But you have to get a Japanese Wii U in order to do the Japanese version. So... Okay, so the Ocarina glitch is still in effect technically, so you have to roll here in order to jump. So we do that. These guys are a lot easier, where they'll keep themselves wide open a lot longer, as you can see. See, he just stood there, and that guy just stood there. So you just take advantage, jump. See, they just leave themselves open. So like even if you do a messy fight like that, you're still able to pull it off. Okay, so here... we equip the lantern over the sword, or the sword and the lantern. Activate this, roll across, faster to roll down. There we go. Boop, boop. Okay, so on this, it's a 1 in 4 chance of any of them. So you just roll forward, hit the 2 in the middle, then hit the 1 on the left, and whichever one is the one that closes their eyes and flinches, as you saw, is the real one. Absolutely make sure you're careful. Spam your sword if you have to, not to get caught. If you get caught, it is very easy to lose over half your health bar, because you'll fall out of one, and the other ones will be hugging you, and they'll grab you as well. They actually grab you and choke you. So there actually have been runs that have died to a game over here because they've gotten chain grabbed so long. So be very careful. That's why you want to be as fast as possible. Roll in, hit, find out, find out, find out, and then just make sure you get it quick. And if one of them tries to come up on you, don't be afraid to waste a second knocking them away. Okay? Turn off your lantern before you go up the stairs, otherwise this happens. You saw? You wasted like a second. Okay, so then you activate, then you equip the sword and the cane. So here we're going to be trying to attempt a manipulation. I'm going to post the manipulation tutorial in the description, so that way you guys have it. So we're going to roll once. Roll once. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll. Open all 4. Walk over. 1, 2. Grab the hearts. Roll down. Charge. There's also a different one that doesn't take the hearts. So I'll also I'll see if there's a video for that one. Break it. Roll up. Grab the key. Oh, whoops. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Roll. 1, 2. I actually don't know if me standing up there for that long actually messed it up, thinking about it. Trying to fix the timer. But we'll see. Boop. Okay, roll. Equip the cape. If you take too long on this room, it does mess it up. Okay, so far it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Okay, so far it's looking good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the reason for the manipulation is we're trying to get this guy to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, whoops, messed it up. 1, 2. So you see, it just instantly gets him out of the fight, and that's very advantageous. Whoops. Oof, took quite a bit of damage there. But it's okay. There's a lot of hearts in this room if you mess up. So, like, you don't need a lot of hearts, but if you do, they're there. One thing to be wary of, in that room, it is timed. There is a timer on that room. If you take, I think, more than 3 minutes, I think, like from beginning to end, you do get a game over. So be careful about taking too long there. Some backup strats. I wish I didn't go that fast so I could do backup strats. You can use bombs, and bombs count as sword swings. So like you can pick up a bomb and throw it into the Dark Nut, and it will count as a hit. And then the bomb explosion will stun them so that you can hit them with your sword. So if you're finding it too difficult to use the cape at first, or you want to like take it, or if you're messing things up and you're starting to snowball or panic, you can just take out bombs and just throw them rapid fire, just getting sword hits on them. So, okay, so Vadi 1. What you want to start off with is just immediately start swinging your sword. And depending on the direction he goes is which way you turn. There you go. Go above him. Second phase, swing here. Hit him again. I don't remember if this wasn't... Okay, so it's 2. Boop. Okay, there you go. So on the fourth one, that's when you start inhaling with the pot. Stay above... Oh, shit. You stay above him so that you avoid the fire, but obviously I had to. I got it just a fraction bit too close. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I wasn't gonna have that happen again. Ideally, you get them all quickly, but I didn't. Okay, one thing that's worth mentioning. On Virtual Console, the game is $8, I think. One thing worth mentioning for beginners. There's a fairy in Vadi 1 on the bottom right vase. There's a fairy there. So make sure you grab it. So then we're going to do arrows and boots. having it on boots on B and the arrows on A is the best. Okay, so now we're going to go into Vadi 2. This is where that bow canceling I mentioned earlier comes really in handy. Okay, the first one is guaranteed to be the bottom 4. You see how much faster that was from with bow canceling. And you start... Oh, you suck. Okay. It's actually very precise what we're about to do. So make sure that you take the time to do it. So we're going to try to skip a cycle. Okay, so what we do, hit it. Then you just swing, just go ahead. For the first one, just hit them. Okay. So similar to the Mazal fight in Fortress of Winds, it's never the same one twice in a row. So you can kind of get an idea of how you need to set it up. Come on, move. Thank you. Okay. So in this one, this is probably the most important phase. So like if you're not going to be able to pull it off, make sure you actually take the time to redo it. He didn't cooperate with me there, so that was unfortunate. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So for this second one, when you hit him, you're going to turn around, charge your sword, and spin attack. Very important. Okay. Okay, cooperated. Get out of the way. If he starts going down like that, just wait it out. Because he'll actually crush you against the bottom of the wall, and you'll lose your clones. Oof. That was unfortunate. Wait it out. Ugh. You can see why Vadi 2 can be quite a pain in the butt. Okay, wait for him to go past. Go around him. Hit him. Come on. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay, so if you lose your clones, you can't actually get the cycle skip. That's unfortunate. I might have to redo this part of the video. While if you miss it, you can still get technically, like, you know, not having to do the 4th cycle. It's still, of course, you know, you have to redo the eyes. Which is unfortunate. Okay. Okay. Hit him. Charge up your sword. Spin attack, and then hit. So that's the same even if you didn't mess it up like I did. You spin attack and hit. Very important. So I didn't have to do the extra cycle after that. Because there would have been another one that you had to do. But we skipped that by doing that. So I'll probably redo that part and maybe edit it in. Not sure. But that's the idea. So the first one, you swing, swing, swing. Second one, just a regular spin attack. That's it. And then on the third one, you need to have all of your clones. You can't do this with a solo Link. All of your clones spin attack and swing. If you don't have your clones, it doesn't work. So that's why you want to be very careful on that. Otherwise, it blows it. Equip your boots here. The Vadi 3 cycle was found actually a few days after AGDQ 2017 by Toadswoot. Okay, roll over, then use your boots. Whoops, don't bonk. Roll twice, boots. You can actually make that similar to the other 2 difficult ones, but as usual, I can't do it. Okay, boots. Okay, safety. If you're here with low health and you're afraid of dying, because if you die here, you go all the way back to the Dark Nuts fight. If you have any doubts that you need help, come down here. There's fairy in this pot. There's a fairy in another pot. There's bombs, arrows. Okay, there's 2 fairies here. And you don't need bombs or arrows. There's no reason to get them. So there's 2 fairies there if you have any doubts that you need help. Like if you're on like a PB pace and you're like, I don't want to blow this, grab a fairy. Because this guy can do as high as like 4 hearts of damage in a hit. It's crazy. Okay, a little bit of a manipulation. Stand up here in the corner. It's okay to take the hits because it keeps him over here. Okay, come over here. Equip the cane. I missed. Bit unfortunate that I missed, but whatever. Okay, you have to fight the real one. It's the one with the moving eye that's darker than the rest. Pin him to a corner if you can. Melodic slashes are better than spamming. So a little bit of cheese here. Because we got him in the top corner to stay there, if you sit right here, you can't take damage. He can't hurt you. And when he puts the arm in, it'll be directly in front of you. That easy. Okay, equip the lantern here. Swing your sword as you activate it, because there is a chance that he'll go right at you as soon as you turn it on. So you want to make sure that you're ready to do it. And sometimes, if you're lucky, he'll keep running at you as you're swinging your sword. So make sure when you activate your lantern that you do that. Okay, so here, manipulation time. Start charging your sword immediately. Charge up. Over, over, over. Stay close to him, and he'll instantly do that. Yep, see? Okay. Roll to him. You do the same amount of damage with or without clones. Then charge up your sword immediately, and you'll keep doing this manipulation. Stay close to him, and he'll do the orbs again. Okay. Charge again. Stay close. I don't like this. Okay, cool. And there you go. Yes, I'll put this on YouTube. Very easy. If you mess up, if you miss an orb, if you don't get the manipulation, you can get it back every cycle. So, like, let's say on that first one, I missed the orb. Like, one of them just flew off in left field, and I messed it up. He's going to use shock orbs. So what you're going to do is you're going to charge your sword like normal. You're going to get 2 clones down, and you're going to wait to finish it until his shockwaves are gone. And once they're gone, then you can activate the 3 clones, and then hit the orbs like normal. And then, as long as you stay close again, the manipulation will continue. So just, like, if you mess it up, don't worry about it. You're able to still get it back. So, hopefully this was helpful, informative. I know it's a bit like, off the cuff, a little more like unplanned, kind of winging it, just kind of talking about how it goes. But hopefully this gives like a good idea on like how it goes. Since I'm doing it on console, obviously I couldn't like reset save states to kind of show you guys the one-try tricks, like the Wizrobe fight that because it's a huge way of coming back. I couldn't show you the Ocarina glitch or the Fortress of Winds, but I'll if you guys are interested in this video, I'll upload it to YouTube, and I'll highlight it on Twitch, and I can explain, and I can post links to the to those videos that can kind of go into a bit more in depth. Like, I didn't really go over the Dark Nut manipulation because like I don't really know the very intricacies of it, so I wanted to make sure that I just showed you that it existed, and that I'll post a video of it in the description from someone who can go into that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this and that it was helpful. Emulator is faster. Like, the saves are like double the speed. So like if you were on emulator, the route would have like 2 or 3 different changes because of how fast saves are. So like for example, the first small key in Dark Hyrule Castle, you would save and quit just because it's so fast. In the Pegasus Boots quest, you'd save and quit there even if you weren't doing Brioche Manip because it was so fast. Things like that.
did a good job, Luke. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, that's why I came into the voice chat just to say that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if there's a... I'll also include in the description a link to the Minish Cap Discord server where there's a lot of people who are always online. They're willing to help out. There's a lot of new runners as well who could possibly give tips that they might have found. We're always willing to help, always happy to help. So if you guys ever are interested. Well, Zelda chapter, this is the normal route now. Yeah, like there's still people who are doing the old route. Like I think there's actually 2 new runners that are still using the old any % route for their learning. So yeah, you wouldn't be alone if you're doing the old route. There's a lot of people who are still doing that until they improve. So for the old any % route, I guess for those who are interested, I will include a link as well to Quo's old any % tutorial, which has the old route and old strats. That was accurate up until January of this year, so I'll include that for those who want to learn. He also goes into more in-depth on some of the strategies that I kind of glossed over. Like, he'll explain a bit more in-depth the strategies for the Spiny Chew fight, for Georg, some of the mini-bosses, so...
Something I like to mention is the Minish Cap any % route, like the way that there's so many skips and everything, reminds me a lot of the glitchless run of Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing that I run Earthbound sometimes, I haven't done it in a couple of years, but there's a lot of influence with RNG that I noticed, and that's why I believe it's the rolls that, or is it something else?
For manipulating?
For manipulating in Minish Cap, yes.
Yeah, there's rolls, sword slashes, item activations, pickups. Even some environment things affect it.
Right, so it's very similar to Earthbound, where the environmental area in the overworld, where you're, touching the wall, talking to NPCs, picking up a certain item or something that, the same way of manipulating of the RNG. But the thing that's a little bit different because it's an RPG is because of battle encounters versus
Oh yeah.
Versus overworld battles. I saw the similarity there, so
Yeah. Alright, so again, thanks everybody for watching, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. If there's any questions, you're free to PM me or message me on Discord. I'll include my tag in the description as well. So yeah, hopefully it was helpful. Thanks a lot.
don't forget to subscribe.
Pioneer. Alright, so